good, bro. What the?
Wait on my vacation, bro.
What the? But you like fresh.
Oh, yeah.
Are you always fresh?
I try my best.
Damn.
My style from Memphis, baby. That's how we do.
Man. You always had style?
Yeah, man.
Is it, I walked in this to kind of troll you, but like, where did this come about?
Oh, my brother gave me that when I was wrestling in high school. When I first started wrestling, I lost my first 5 matches because, you know, I was late to the game. I didn't start wrestling when I was 17, and he was like, man, if you wear the chain, you'll intimidate your opponents. I was like, man, get out with that shit. He said, yeah, come on, wear it. He's my little brother, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, fuck it, okay. I wore it, and he was right. I went undefeated.
After you started wearing the chain?
I went undefeated until like freestyle because it was a different type of wrestling. And then after that, I wore it, and then college, I wore it. I wrestled a little bit in college. I sucked, though, but I walked out with my chain, and my teammates trolled me so hard, and I took it off, and I didn't wear it no more in college. And then, you know, I never let people bother me, but I just felt out of place because, you know, I'm new to wrestling, and everybody on my team, they was really good. Everybody good, so I was, you know, I kind of felt like in a way, and they trolled me so hard, and I took the chain off, and I didn't wear it again until my first MMA fight.
Did it have the same effect there?
No, I lost my first. Well, my first amateur fight, I won. I only had 2 amateurs fight, then I went pro, and I got my kicked in my first pro fight.
I was curious, like going pro, is that just because they're saying you're good to do it, or is it because you have to have a certain amount of? Because you just said you only had 2. Is there like a certain amount of fights you have to have before you go pro?
No, MMA is totally different. And back then, I'm talking like 22, 23 years ago. Yeah, when I started, and
you're OG, bro.
Yeah, but
straight up.
Back when MMA started, you know, sometimes your first pro fight was your first fight ever, and it just my first pro fight. It was like a short notice fight. I was training with this UFC legend, Fabiano Iha, and he's from Brazil. He's my first jiu-jitsu coach, and he just had ties with. I was training his gym, and he had ties with this show called King of the Cage. And a lot of old school UFC champions came from King of the Cage. There's like a local show in California, and Indian casinos. So a lot of us came out of there, and he just said, "Hey, you want to fight? They got this guy. They say he's a kickboxer. You know what I'm saying? You're a wrestler. You'll just go and take him down, kick his, and he's gonna get paid." And I was broke as like, hell yeah. 2 weeks notice.
You just took him down and you won because he.
No, he kicked the shit out of me. They lied.
Oh, okay.
he was a wrestler and a kickboxer.
Oh, damn.
But I didn't know much. I was inexperienced, and I just took the fight. But then years later, the UFC wanted me to come and fight Chuck Liddell, and so I was with this other organization, and they kind of folded, and the UFC bought that organization just to get my contract. And I told him, you know, I didn't want to fight because I was friends with Tito, and he was champion at the time. So I told him, like, man, you guys want me to come over and fight? You guys gotta give me a rematch of my first loss, Marvin Eastman, and that's what he did. That's my first fight in the UFC. Then I knocked him out in the second round. Yeah.
So before you got into the UFC, were you just a street fighter? Like were you good at wrestling? You were just good at swinging? Like
yeah,
or did you train boxing?
Yeah, I'm a brawler. Before I was in the UFC, I was fighting in Japan. It was a show called Pride FC.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
We don't talk about it much now because pride means something different now.
Right.
So
way different.
It's way different.
But dude, that was some of the most intense fighting I feel.
Yeah. A lot of people thought that the best fighters was in Pride in Japan, but the rules was different over there, and over there they didn't test for steroids, so a lot of those fighters was
just on it.
They was just on it. A lot of them.
You never considered doing that then?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't care anything about it. I never really knew what about it. Like recently I posted something because I did like a podcast with my friend Harrison Rogers and stuff, and the subject came up, and I told people like my first time fighting in Japan, I looked at the little sheet. It was the rules meeting, and they said we do not test for anabolic steroids. And I never heard of the word anabolic steroids before. I've heard of the word steroids before. Yeah, but I didn't know what anabolic meant. Right?
Anabolic steroids.
Yeah. The word is anabolic?
Anabolic.
Okay, so yeah. I never heard it, and the comments like flamed me, like went crazy, like, oh, he's lying, he's never heard of steroids. I'm like, it's not the word steroids that I'd never heard of.
Anabolic steroids.
Yeah, but what's the difference between steroids and anabolic steroids?
It's just a different description of it, but steroids essentially are anabolic or androgenic. And different steroids act differently in the body. Like some are more anabolic, some are more androgenic. Androgenic is like the more masculine side, like beard, shaping the face, like strength. And anabolic is more like the processes within the body becoming more efficient. So it's just describing the same thing in different ways.
Also, they would, so if they said they don't test for anabolic, so they would test for the other steroid.
If they test for anabolics or steroids or any of them, they're testing for steroids. Now, obviously, tests are all different depending on where you're getting your testing done from. But yeah, that's the description of that.
But,
so you never thought about doing?
No. I've done tests before. When I got older, I got a knee injury.
Yeah.
And
test is a steroid. Same thing.
Well, it's what I've learned. What is your body produce testosterone. So I thought that was natural. So
yeah,
and it wasn't against the rules in the UFC at the time. So it was doctor's prescription. So I tried testosterone.
No, I see. It makes sense. So it is. So it's all the same. It's just like, I think when people hear the word steroids, they think of like a lot of this thing. But testosterone is steroid. It is the steroid. It is the thing that people are describing. But people have the perception of like steroids and being like a bunch of shit like a big bodybuilder would take, right? But you're taking it for like therapy, like hormone replacement therapy, like the levels that are low enough that you're not abusing the steroid to elicit like some superlogical effect. You know?
Yeah, but the funny thing is when I got tested to take, when I went to the doctor and stuff like that, and they tested my levels, and the lady said that, "Oh, your levels are so low." She said, "How long have you been off steroids?" I said, "What do you mean? I've never done steroids." She said, "No way, you've never done steroids with numbers this low.
You needed it."
Yeah, but she said that I must have done steroids because my steroid count, my testosterone count was low, because when you do steroids, your body stopped producing it or something. She said, and I was like, I've never done steroids.
I wonder if you took like different supplements in the past that like may have. Because like back then there was a lot of things like pro-hormones and other supplements that people were taking that weren't considered steroids because they were like more gray area and like maybe created. I wonder if you were taking other supplements. Were you ever taking other supplements?
No, I wasn't really taking supplements back then. I hope my coach don't see this right now. He got me on a bunch of he got me on a bunch of supplements that I won't take, because I take them for a week, then I won't take it.
Consistent.
I'd never be consistent about it. I take them. I take the supplements and stuff you give me. I take it for a week or something, 2 weeks. After I get tired of taking all. It's a bunch of pills that you got to take. It's like all like vitamin D, vitamin C.
You don't like being consistent with that?
No, I have to do so much stuff throughout the day, and then I got to worry about taking all these damn pills, and then then I fast, right?
I do too. Yeah.
And so then you take that shit on an empty stomach, your stomach feel funny.
Yeah, depending on what kind of supplement, for sure. Yeah. I've done it for so many years. I just get used to the timing of it. Like when I do actually eat, I'll take like the vitamin D and I'll take the supplements.
Yeah, you got to eat with the vitamin D. Huh?
Yeah, well, it's good effect. But it's also like really beneficial.
Yeah,
like people are really actually, most people are vitamin D deficient, and vitamin D is like the number one thing that kind of keeps you not sick.
Yeah. I tell you that worked for me is if I have, like if I'm in training camp, I normally just hire someone to have everything ready for me.
Yeah,
because when I'm in training camp, I'm lazy as. All I want to do is train and play video games.
Yeah,
and
that's like my life.
Yeah, that's all I want to do.
Bro, that's great. So when you're not in camp though, like, because I mean, you're not actively fighting right now. So like, how do you find that sort of structure for your day to day now?
What structure? What
your diet, eating?
Man. So I was doing really good on my diet, and I lost like 30 pounds. I was like fasting and everything. I started training with my coach Shannon, and he changed my life. He taught me how to do all this fitness stuff, and then my life just got busy. I started doing the podcast down there, the MMA podcast, and then I've been traveling, and when I travel, I'm just not disciplined. I just went to Japan and Vietnam, and in Japan, it was okay, but it's like a couple foods that I missed that I go and eat, and I'm like, oh, I'm on vacation, I'll be okay.
Classic, yeah.
Oh my God. And then I went to Vietnam, and my friend out there, he's like the president of the boxing committee and stuff out there, and he owned like the biggest gym in Vietnam, right? Probably the biggest gym in the world. And this guy, he's so connected, and he knows all the best restaurants to eat out there. He's a foodie. So that's what I'm hanging out with.
Yeah.
So he's taking me to all these places. I'm like, man, and the food is so good.
But you got to do it though.
Yeah, the guy got me trying foods. You know, I'm a picky eater. He got me trying stuff that I never even would eat.
Yeah.
And so I'm eating all this stuff. And, you know, I don't want to be rude because it's a totally different culture out there in Vietnam. So I'm like, I'm not want to be rude. And he's hosting me and stuff. So I just ate so much. And then at the end of the trip, I looked at myself in the mirror. I said, man, my coach is going to be pissed.
Yeah. Well, speaking of culture, how much do you think the UFC's changed, like the culture of the UFC over the like since you were like in it, stardom, and then like the stardom now?
Man, it's crazy. So when I first started fighting, I didn't think the sport would ever get this popular.
Yeah.
And then we saw a couple different phases. Like the first phase we saw when their first episode of Ultimate Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
When you saw that one when what's his name, Forrest Griffin and the guy that passed away. It's bad I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Stephen Bonner.
Okay.
R.I.P. Stephen Bonner.
Yeah.
When their fight was legendary, like that fight alone saved the UFC because if it didn't work, that reality show stuff didn't work, the UFC was already like 150 million in the hole or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, they was going to pull a rug, right? The investors.
Yeah.
So that fight saved them, and so we saw a big jump from that, and UFC become like more of a household name.
So the Ultimate Fighter thing really paid off.
They
that
say
show.
Their first season Ultimate.
Because I just remember that clip of was it you who kicked the door?
Yeah. I can't remember what season that was. That was my second time.
The door.
Yeah. By this time, that was like season 7.
Yeah.
So that their show became a big success. I was the first coach that they brought back to do another season because my first season did good numbers. On the views, right? Then that season with the door broke the records.
Bro, that's a meme now.
Yeah, and even Conor McGregor didn't break those records. I was surprised. I thought when they had Conor McGregor on there, he was going to break those records. So I was saying, then when Conor came over to the UFC, then now the UFC and Conor McGregor become a household name. So the sport has evolved a lot. When I first got into it, I'm like the second wave of pioneers. There was pioneers before me when there was no rules. That's right before me. There was no rules. I came in right when they changed the rules. The fight when
wasn't it like they was like fighting odd fights? Like
no weight classes and no rules. And so my first time going to the UFC, the guy who got me involved in fighting, he was 17 years old and he fought in the UFC. I think it was UFC 20. And that was the first fight they had when they changed the rules. Because I remember he lost a fight due to elbows, strikes in the back of the head, which was illegal.
Yeah.
Now, but the referee,
they allowed it then.
They allowed it the show before, but this show now is illegal. So he stopped the fight, but then he made a mistake because it was an illegal blow, and the guy that fought was complaining like, "Hey, that's illegal," and you can't go back after the referee's decision, right? So he should have got an immediate rematch and everything, but it was a whole shit show, and so I wasn't even a fighter then. I had just started training and doing, so I hadn't even had a fight yet, and then I started fighting, and so I'm the second wave of pioneers, and I came right after they changed the rules where there was rules, and now no one knew anything about MMA. It was like only the hardcore fans would recognize me and stuff until now. Like I'm surprised. Like even teenagers, I was in Japan and teenagers knew who I was.
Do you think like it's people who even current new kids, like you talking about teenagers, finding out about the sport now and then looking back and being like, oh, that's Rampage Jackson?
I don't know. I don't know how these little assholes know me, bro. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe the internet, bro. Maybe the door meme.
That meme is everywhere.
Yeah, maybe that. Then they looking, oh, who is this guy? I have no idea because they're too young to
have watched that then.
Yeah, to have watched what I've been, especially me coming for fighting in Pride. Maybe they went back and watched some of the old UFC. I'm sure they didn't watch my Pride fights.
Your Pride fights were crazy though.
Yeah, that was different. That's when I was in my prime and I was doing a lot of different.
Yeah. What's the thing that they put in every movie now? That move that you did?
Oh yeah, that power bomb.
Yo,
I seen that like 11 movies.
They got to give you credits for that, man.
No, bro. Now people are doing it in UFC and DC. Like, I've never seen that before.
Whoa, wait a sec.
Yeah, but I don't know. Somebody said like, oh, he's saying he never seen him slam him from the side. Like, I don't know. Like, whatever. You know, my thing about fighting is
He's seen that before.
He's seen it before, but it don't bother me. I just find it funny. But I never started fighting to be famous or to be popular. So
why did you start fighting?
For the money.
Straight up.
I told you I was broke as.
So, but there was money there in the very beginning.
Mm-mm.
So then, what money were you after? Like $50? Like,
my first fight, I made $500. My second fight, I made $500. And my third fight,
pro fight.
Yeah, my third fight, I probably made like $800.
When did it all change?
When I fought in Japan. So when I was fighting in King in the Cage, and my opponent pulled out, and the president, he's the president of Risen now. He was the vice president of Pride. He saw me. He liked he said he liked my character. I had my camouflage pants on at the big chain.
Yeah.
And I walked out to the fight. They had to pull a guy out of the crowd for me to fight because my opponent pulled out. So I wasn't even a heavyweight. They pulled out this big ass white dude
from the crowd.
From the crowd. He fought me in some cut off shorts.
Holy.
My opponent didn't.
Is that anywhere on the internet I can find that?
Yeah, it's in King of the Cage somewhere.
Okay, I gotta find that.
And I did like the Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant slam when I picked him up and body slam. But I walked out in my camouflage pants because I forgot my shorts. This is like,
damn.
And so he liked that I walked out in camouflage. He said, "You come to Japan, you wear this, you keep everything the same like that." I said, "But this is not. Just don't wear it. You wear that and blah blah blah." And he liked me, right? And so after I beat that guy, I think I fought like 1 or 2 more fights. And then I was supposed to fight Ken Shamrock. I don't know if you know who he is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was supposed to fight him, so I started training for him. Like 2 days after I started training for him, I get a call from the promoter, the president of King and Cage. He was my friend at this time. He said, "Hey, you want to go to Japan and fight Sakuraba?" I'm like, "Okay." Who was Sakuraba? I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
Come find out, he was the biggest star in Japan.
Yeah, the guy.
Yeah, he was the guy. He was beating all the Gracies.
Yeah.
And he had just lost to Vanderlei Silva, and they needed like a big tough guy to fight him, but somebody that couldn't beat him. And I was still green. They figured that I didn't know jiu-jitsu good enough, and they figured that I'd go and put on a good show, but then I eventually lose to him, which what happened, it was like a 2 weeks notice fight, and I went to jail trying to get on the airplane. I was getting on the airplane, somebody snitched on me.
For what?
Well, I got in trouble in college. I wasn't supposed to leave the country.
Oh. So they snitched? Oh, he's on that flight?
Yeah. Somebody snitched on me. And
did you ever find out who it was?
I kind of found out who it was, and I said something about it, and he DM'd me like, "Man, I would never do that. I didn't do that." So it's all alleged. So I'm gonna go back and do my research before I say the name again, because he was my coach. He's a good guy, but it's just that it was kind of strange that he thought that if I didn't make it, he could fight the guy, because whoever fought this guy, it makes your career, even if you lose to him. And that's what
Sakuraba.
Yeah, so that's what it did to me. I fought him, I put on a good fight, and it made my career. And
so after that, you started getting bags. You started getting offers from the UFC, or
no, I didn't get offers for the UFC. I was Pride was bigger than the UFC at this time,
right?
So I was making my bag in Japan. I was even UFC wasn't on my radar. I didn't even want to go to the UFC. I never wanted to go to the UFC because I liked fighting in Japan. I liked the crowd. I liked being popular in Japan. I had my little taste of fame over there.
Yeah.
Then I came back home and no one knew who I was.
I feel like you like the girls over there too.
I like them too.
Yeah.
They was good. You ever dated a Japanese girl before?
No, but I've been to Japan. I love Japan. I never dated a Japanese girl. No.
You never dated a Japanese girl? While we thinking about this, remember the last time we did the podcast and we took a picture?
Yeah.
One of my homegirls saw you and she wanted me to hook you up. You married?
No.
You got a girlfriend?
Yeah.
That's your girlfriend right there?
No. That's my assistant.
Oh, she hot as hell. I thought it was your girlfriend.
Yo.
Well, listen, she told
bro,
me.
you're hilarious.
No, I'm just keeping it real. Listen,
yeah.
Look, bro, I'm a good friend. She hit me up as soon as that picture went up there. She was like, "Who's that big white guy?" And she's like a fit black girl. She got a big.
Yeah.
She told me to give you these right here.
What's this?
Jay Cox.
Bro, what the? Yo, you're trolling me.
I'm not trolling you. I'm not like you. You come trolling with the chain. She told me to give you those dick pills and then come and take her on a date. I'm just telling you what she told me. She all about you, bro. 100.
You swear?
I swear. Her name is Erica. I'll show you her picture. I'll show you her Instagram. You follow. Your girlfriend gonna get mad though. I didn't know you had a girlfriend.
Bro, this is hilarious.
Yeah, she wants.
This is from Thailand.
That's from Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yo, you ever take dick pills?
No, I don't need no damn dick pill.
No. Yeah. Bro, you said something really funny on the last pod. You were like, you were gonna be in this role, big role, and you turned it down because you didn't want to be naked.
Damn right. True story.
Why?
I ain't finna show my wing wang to every motherfucking body. The girls can't see that till it's too late for them to change their mind.
Yo, you're stupid.
It's just a last minute thing.
Bro, you're hilarious.
They got to be dark in the room and everything. They ain't gonna see that till it's too late. Put your mouth on it, babe. Just don't talk about the size. Just put your mouth on it.
Yo, you're funny, bro. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to talk. Have you ever considered like doing comedy? I feel like you've been trying to.
I've been telling people that I'm a comedian pretending to be a fighter. I feel like that's my audience, and that's why I get my standoff on when I address the MMA fans, because I feel like they know me, but I just don't feel like I have the balls to stand up on stage and just to sit there and tell jokes. And
that's hard, man.
It's hard. I've written like a stand up years ago. It's probably on one of my old phones that I never recovered. Like, I go to times where I can't sleep, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna write this stand up." And I wrote it on my phone, but I thought it was pretty. I sent it to one of my friends. Maybe he might have. I got this one friend's name, Popeye. Popeye. That's his real name. And
that's his real name, or is it a nickname?
No, his real name.
What the?
Again,
Okay.
So they different. Okay. I've heard Mexicans call him Popeye, but he tell us his name is Popeye. Yeah. And so he.
Is he a comedian?
No, he's not a comedian, but he likes our comedy stuff. But he's like one of my friends that I truly trust his judgment, because he'll tell me like yes or no.
Yeah.
He'll be straight up like because I don't care if people. I don't care if you have some people that get mad if you tell them the truth if something sucks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like that. I don't. Something sucks, just tell me.
Yeah.
And so he knows me, so he'll tell me like, yeah, that sucked, or he'll be like, no, that's good. So
those are the kind of people you need around. Can't fucking yes, especially if you're gonna go do something that you don't want to show up. People like, what the.
Yeah. I think a lot of people have too many yes man, but he'll tell me he was like, Q, that was pretty good. You should do that. And so he's like the marketing director of Dave & Buster's, right? So he said, why don't you just come do it here at Dave & Buster's and just invite your friends and film it and just do it here at one of the conference rooms in Dave & Buster's. We'll set it up and keep it proud. Like, well, I don't know. I'm still a little bit too scared to do my stand up even in front of my friends and shit.
So so maybe it's not for you then.
Maybe it's not for me. And plus,
or maybe you just got to get over it. I don't know.
And plus, I heard it takes years for comedians to make money off that.
Well, I think to become a known comedian, probably. I mean, people already know you for other things. Like they would know right away that you did comedy. Now, if it's good or not is going to be a whole nother thing. But for sure, they're going to know you right away.
You think I can make a bag?
I mean, if it was funny. Yeah. Otherwise, they're just people are just going to make fun of you.
Right. That's my fear. Like, say I get a heckler in the crowd, right?
Yeah.
I don't trust myself, right? So
you don't have to. You're gonna powerbomb that motherfucker.
I get sued,
bro. But that alone is funny.
It'd be hilarious, but I'd be in jail because I jump out in the crowd like, what the fuck you say? Because this is my problem. My problem with the internet is not that people say shit, right?
Yeah,
but it's the shit they say in the security of their own home.
Oh,
shit that they won't say to your face.
Oh yeah.
So think about if I'm in a crowd and I'm trying to tell a joke and you got this drunk motherfucker saying something. And I just don't trust myself. Because I remember one time in college, this is why I learned this about myself. One time in college, one of the wrestlers got in a big brawl with the basketball players.
Yeah.
And the wrestlers, we all mixed race. And most of the basketball players are all black.
Yeah.
And I heard the story of what happened, and one of the wrestlers was in the wrong. And I'm all about right and wrong. And it was a big brawl happened, and I stayed out of it. I was like, the wrestler's wrong, and so I didn't get nobody back. I just stayed out of it and stuff like that. And then we was all meeting in the dorm, and one of the wrestlers said, yeah, Rampage probably was going to be on their side because he's black. And I took that very disrespectful because I don't have a racist bone in my body.
Yeah.
And I just thought and I said out loud, I said, boy, who you talking to? Don't you know I smacked? And I was saying, don't you know I would do it? And as I said, I smacked out of him. And I was like, man, I need to control myself.
You didn't just say it, you were doing it?
Yeah, I said it. Like, don't you know I smacked? And before I can even get the shit out, I just smacked the shit out of him. And I learned something about myself that day. Like, I got to really, like, learn how to control myself. And I can't really trust myself in certain situations when people say shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Just
yeah. And
that's why I'm always laughing. I'm always joking around, keeping myself happy and stuff like that.
You kind of just snap?
I feel like I can. Normally only snap from like somebody being very rude to me or my friends, or somebody being violent to me or my friends.
But what about when you fought? Because from what I understood from I'm talking to
When I don't get violent when I
yeah, you're already violent. I mean, you're violent in the fight, but you're not like
fight.
snapping.
You said fight. Oh.
No, you said
That's thought was you said.
no.
You said when I fought. You said when you fought.
Do you get violent when you?
No.
Oh, okay, I don't know. Anyways,
why you laughing back there?
why is she laughing?
I don't know.
Okay, I meant so when you fought, obviously, because I've talked to a lot of fighters, it's not like reactive because you have to be kind of in it and not overreacting because like that's a reaction that you had to that guy like in a moment.
Yeah.
But as a fighter, you know you're gonna fight. You didn't fight your fights like snapping, like. Are you in there and are you? I guess at one point in the fight, are you just like, all right, now I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go off, or was it just always calm?
I always been calm, but I have lost my temper in one fight. And that was the one you talked about earlier when I powerbombed that guy. That's the only time I ever lost my temper in a fight. I've always been scared to lose my temper in a fight because I feel like I couldn't control my cardio because I'll just go like I'll be too aggressive, and I'm scared that I'll like gas. So I always try to calm myself, but I lose my temper a lot in sparring, and that's why I'm scared to lose my temper in fighting because that's what happened in sparring. Like people piss me off, and then I lose my temper. But most time in training camp, when I losing my temper, it'd be in like the beginning of camp, and I wouldn't be in shape enough yet, right?
Yeah.
And that's my fear. But only one time I lost my temper in the fight, and I've never lost my temper again.
So because you knew that because of the sparring, the way it was when you lose your temper, you gas out.
Yeah,
so you're like, I don't want to do this in a fight.
Yeah, because you just go balls to the wall, and when I lose my temper, I hate to say this, but it's like a little piece in the back of my mind that I'm trying to hurt the guy.
Yeah.
Because when you sparring people, especially people you don't know, is you get a bunch of alphas in the room, and somebody want to prove themselves.
Egos like this.
Oh my God, they were like, oh, I want to knock out Rampage.
Yeah.
They get that.
And it's like we're sparring.
While we sparring, they want to knock me out, and I don't know this. So if I feel like they're trying to like hurt me and knock me out, I'll lose my temper, and most of the time I end up hurting them or my fist.
Yeah. That's such an interesting thing, a sparring thing, because unless you're like a trained fighter, you kind of, the levels of it, it's like you're like, because how do you know? Because you were a trained fighter and you're sparring, but you know the guy just hit you a little too hard. You're like, wait a sec.
You can tell. You can tell when you don't, like, especially you don't know this guy, you can tell when they're trying too hard. You know, because it's like different sparring where you like just working, you just going through the motions, just working, just giving the guy a different look. And me, I pay my sparring partners. So I think it's stupid for them to try to knock me out or try to hurt me. I think it's stupid because you're getting paid.
Yeah.
So why you gonna mess up your bag? And I pay my sparring partners well because I've been told I have a heavy hand. I hit too hard.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to get sparring partners. So I just pay them. Like a lot of people in MMA don't get paid for sparring.
They just do it for what?
Yeah, I guess they do it for experience, or it's like a brotherhood. Like when you train with a group of people, like you guys, you turn to like brothers because you're hurting yourself to help this guy, win a fight. So
Yeah.
Like when I'm sparring, like say I'm sparring my brother Chet Congo, he's never had to pay me to help him train, but I've paid him in the beginning. That's how I met him. I saw him at a fight. I'm like, man, this guy's a monster.
Yeah.
I had to fight Chuck Liddell, so I didn't know him yet. So I paid for him to come from France to come spar with me, and then we become brothers. Then he won't take money from me no more. We become brothers, but that's how that started off. And so when I spar him, it hurts. He kicks really hard. He knees really hard. He's a really good fighter. So when I spar him, help him for his fight, he's kicking my ass.
Yeah, but it's probably good for you too.
Yeah, it's good. It's good for me to get my ass kicked.
So speaking of that, I don't know if you've ever seen this like sort of beef between Conor and one of his old training partners. As far as like this guy, I think his name's Armin, had like a claim to some sort of equity in Proper 12 because he trained and did all this training camps with Conor, and I guess Conor wasn't paying him and was like kind of making him think that he was going to get some sort of equity in this company. I don't know if you've seen any of that stuff. But I guess, I don't know. I was going to ask, like, have you ever been in any situations, like, business-wise where you felt like you've been taken advantage of throughout?
Several times.
Yeah. What was the worst one?
In like, business? Oh, my Reebok deal.
Yeah.
I'm the one that brought Reebok to UFC. And
like, because you knew someone at Reebok?
yeah, they was working with me. and they was going to sponsor me, and Dana White was like, "You can't be sponsored by Reebok. We don't have a we don't have a what do you say? We don't have a
Contract?
no, we don't have a relationship with Reebok." I was like, you don't got a relationship with my other sponsors. Like, what? I'm the one brought Reebok there, and I brought Boost Mobile to the UFC, and they took Boost Mobile from me, but Boost Mobile still sponsored me when they went to the UFC as well. But they was like, no, we don't have a relationship with Reebok. You can't. And I said, but look, I'm an independent contractor. You don't have a relationship with half my sponsors. Like, and this was before they had the uniforms.
Yeah.
And so Reebok saw that they was getting a lot more attention just by the stuff that Dana was saying and them not being able to be on my shorts. And they loved that. So they started talking to each other. And I didn't get the sponsorship. I had already done commercials for them when they told me it was like a photo shoot, but it was turning to be a commercial.
Oh,
they paid me for a photo shoot, but they shot a commercial. The commercial price, I would have got paid a different price. So then they went to the UFC.
And did you know that because of hindsight, or did you know that at the time? Because I know you started doing movie stuff too.
I think I was already doing movies by this time.
So you knew that the commercial price would have been different than
yeah, right. In the contract, yeah, it was. But they the whole time I got there, they said it was a photo shoot, but I just had to do, they wanted live action shots and stuff. But they was filming it, and they made it a commercial with another football player. I can't pronounce his name. I can't remember his name, but he was a very famous football player. But if I can remember, he had like an African name that I can't remember. And you play football?
I did play football.
Yeah, you probably know, but I don't remember. So that was probably like the most shadiest thing that happened to me in business recently. And then the whole UFC become all Reebok, and that was the reason why I left the UFC at that time. I left the UFC, and then I lost my last fight in the UFC, and they didn't interview me, and they told the MMA world that was my last fight and that I retired. But I went to Bellator after that.
How many fights you do at Bellator?
I can't remember. I was in Bellator for years, but I did a lot of fights in Bellator.
Yeah. So how's your relationship with Dana and the UFC now?
If I'm gonna be honest, I have nothing against Dana because I know that it's just business with him. It's nothing personal, and Dana has done a lot for this sport that I love. And my manager, Tiki, and him, they're good friends and stuff like that. And if you get to know Dana and you on his good side, he's actually a good guy.
Yeah,
but he's just like
he's a businessman.
He stand on business.
Yeah,
and
I love Dana.
Yeah, it's not the person. I don't hate Dana, but I wouldn't want to do business with Dana.
You wish that happened differently, probably then.
Yeah, I wish it happened differently because even that whole thing they doing with the uniforms, I remember my old manager at the time. If he's from England, he was shaded too. He ended up ripping me off on a whole bunch of. It was his idea. He took that idea to Dana about them doing like all uniform sponsor
for the whole thing.
And he wanted his company or whatever to get a cut of it to start doing.
You're a manager, so you're a manager at the time was kind of a part of that.
It was his idea. The whole thing the UFC did with the uniforms and all stuff.
So your manager kind of
he everything up, and but Dana just ran with his idea, and then he never got paid anything from it. Okay. Dana just said, "Oh, that's a good idea. And get out of my office."
That's pretty funny though.
Yeah, dumb.
So, man, that's good. So as far as your fights go, just as a whole, what was your hardest fight? I love asking this question.
Oh God, I had a lot of hard fights. My hardest fight was this is like a toss up between Jon Jones and Dan Henderson. Dan Henderson was pretty tough, but I had to say Jon Jones because he actually kicked my ass.
Yeah, I mean he's like, who's beating that guy? Really?
No one beat him. He got lost on his record, but that's from him doing like illegal strike. But
yeah,
no one's beating that guy no time soon.
Yeah, and I think he's kind of starting to talk about retiring though.
Yeah,
and everyone's getting like specifically like recently the last couple of days on the internet because who's the guy they're talking about him fighting or wants to fight him? It's what's his name? I feel stupid.
It's not Francis though, huh?
No, it's not Francis. It's one of the up and coming. It's a Russian guy.
Oh yeah, I know. I don't remember his name.
Pavlovich, something. I don't know.
Popovich.
I don't know. It's a Russian guy.
Oh, yeah.
And they're saying like he's like retiring and like avoiding this fight. But I think he's just like, I mean, he's what, 36, 38. I think he's also realizing like he doesn't want to be a UFC fighter that like just goes out and starts getting smacked by other UFC fighters on his way out.
Yeah, it would be smart to retire like undefeated.
Yeah.
You know, that's every fighter's dream. So but I don't see him ducking anybody from what I know about Jones. But once you go that long with being undefeated, you know, every time you fight, it's like in the back of your mind, like, oh, am I going to stay undefeated? You know, it's like a lot of stress. But
why do you think he kicked your ass when you said obviously he won? But why did he?
Well, he kicked my ass. It was like a really tough training camp because I never fought somebody that long. And Jon Jones, he is one of the best fighters in the world, but he's also one of the dirtiest fighters in the world. And he don't have to be that dirty. Like he'll if you're doing good, he'll poke you in your eye, then he'll kick your knee backwards. Even though the oblique kick is legal, I think it should be illegal.
Yeah.
But you know, that wasn't even the big problem. The big problem was him like poking me in the eye and keeping his fingers in my eye, keeping me at bay, because your eyes are your weakest part of your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if somebody smart, they attack your eyes, you know, it's going to be a downhill.
But so they weren't calling that then?
No, they was letting them do it. And if you go back and watch the fight, I'm smacking his finger and I'm looking at the ref. I don't even know why I do that. I normally don't even do that. I stay focused, but it was just so blatant. I'm trying to smack his finger and I'm looking at the ref. I'm like, ref, he got his fingers right here in my eyes. Like that's not right. And the ref is like, yeah. He said, that's Jon Jones, fight. Like,
dude, that had to suck. Like in the moment, you're like, fuck.
Like the ref, like, what do you want me to say? We want you to lose anyway, nigga. Get the. They didn't go.
That's so funny.
But I've learned years later that Jon Jones poking so many people in the eyes. They designed a glove. They invented a new glove.
So you're like that.
Yeah. I should call that the Jon Jones glove.
Oh, the UFC Jon Jones glove.
Bro, I was thinking about walking out to that fight with swim goggles on.
Visors on.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing it. I don't know why I didn't do it. But the thing is, I trained for it, and
so you anticipated that?
Yeah, because I had people doing that, and they actually poked me in the eye. And then Jon Jones, I know he saw in the sternum, I had like a red mark in my eye from already getting poked in the eye. So I trained for that. I trained for the oblique kicks.
That red mark probably just made him want to hit you more.
Yeah, he was like, that's a target for his ass. You want to poke him more. I trained for oblique kicks, but what I didn't have is a tall guy to do jiu-jitsu with. I had a big, tall guy from England to spar with and stuff like that, and sparring was going great. I was doing good against all that stuff, but Jon Jones actually ended up rear naked choking me, and I just wasn't ready for the long arms and stuff like that. So you got to MMA is just so many things that you got to prepare for.
Yeah, it's the ultimate fighting. I mean, it's like boxing. Obviously, boxing's been around forever. What do you think about that as far as the sport itself? Do you think that it's going to overtake boxing in like 5 years?
Well, I think the sport already overtook boxing. I think,
but but the money's so different.
No. You're confused. A lot of people are confused. So this is what it is: the top 1% MMA fighter and the top 1% boxer, like the Floyd Mayweather's, the Manny Pacquiao's, the whoever, the Tyson Fury, and those top 1%, they make more money than the top 1% MMA fighter.
Okay, but I see where you're going with this.
But like the step down from that the UFC fighters make more money than the boxers, and then add this to the equation. If a boxer is making $3 million a fight, and they fight once or twice a year, that's $3 million a year or $6 million a year, and and an MMA fighter is making,
but they're fighting a lot.
Yeah, they're making like $2 million fight, $3 million fight, but they can fight 4 to, it depends on how old they are. When I was young, I was fighting 6 times a year. So even though you might be doing more fights, but MMA fighters on the whole really do make more money than boxers, but just not the top 1%. The top 1%, they're making the most money.
I see. Interesting.
Yeah.
Then why Jake Paul talking all that shit about fighter pay?
Well, yeah, because
and he started rocking your chain too, man.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. He definitely got that from you.
And I saw an interview when he tried to play it down like he didn't know who I was. Like,
no.
Yeah.
There's no way.
That's what he said.
He said, oh, who's Rampage Jackson?
Yeah, he was like, what, he wore a chain, do this and do that? I'm like, Yeah, okay. If you watch MMA in the last 20 years, you know that Rampage Jackson howls and wear a chain.
He knows you wore a chain, bro.
Yeah. I know. He got bad acting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you do a couple movies and stuff, you can look at shit and you can tell like, oh, that is a bad actor, even in interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did. I was looking before you came here. You did a bunch of like random things. Obviously, the A-Team was probably the biggest one.
That's the biggest thing I did. Everything else, I did 2 big movies. A-Team, and don't laugh when I tell you the name of this movie. It's called Midnight Meat Train.
I was gonna bring that up.
Why you that? I thought we was beginning to be
but
bro.
man,
Listen, I thought we got along on the Brendan Schwab show, and
I love you're awesome. You're a great speaker.
But why you laughing?
Because Midnight Meat Train.
I didn't name the movie, and
Yeah,
who
but
am I to
like-
turn
but
down the
you
role
knew-
because of the movie name?
Well, you turned down the role because you didn't want to show your dick.
Yeah, I turned down that, but I ain't gonna turn down a
Midnight Meat Train. You would never turn that down, huh?
not the name of a movie. I ain't showing my meat in that
I
meat
know,
train.
but like you just couldn't turn down a Midnight Meat Train.
But doing that movie though was kind of degrading. Like the worst thing in my life happened to me doing that movie. You know,
Dude, why did he name it that? What?
Japanese guy, and I asked him. I said, what's your name in this movie?
Was it like meat on a train?
I'm trying to explain it. It was this killer that was killing people from the train, from the subway.
Mm-hmm.
And then he would take their bodies and hang them. I guess he was eating them
Like
or
a
something.
meat locker.
Yeah, I never even seen the whole damn movie. I don't like to watch movies. If I don't go to the red carpet, I don't see it.
I don't like to watch anything that I make.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
Anything.
But when I did that movie, they was supposed to hang my body from one of those meat hooks, right? So they had to plaster my whole body to make a fake thing on my body.
Got it.
And the guys that was doing it, they asked me to wear a thong. They tried to give me a thong. So, because you had to be naked with just a thong. I said, no. That I'm saying I'm going to my grave saying I'm never wearing a motherfucking thong. I don't give a fuck how much y'all paying me. I ain't wearing no motherfucking thong. And the guy was like, bro, we gotta plaster your whole body, your butt cheeks, every goddamn thing. You're gonna want to wear this thong. We've done this thousands of times. I said, yeah, I ain't wearing no thong. I'll do a jockstrap. He said, jockstrap, you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm an athlete. I wear jockstrap.
That's fine.
I ain't wearing no thong. So they said, all right, it's your choice. So they did it, and I almost got in a fight with one of the guys because when he was plastering, he had to plaster my butt. He smacked my. And I don't even know these motherfuckers, right? I'm out here butt ass naked with a jockstrap, my cheeks all out, just my junk covered up.
Did he just smack it and
yeah,
say
there's two
anything?
guys back there. He just smacked my. And they make a joke because I joke around all the time. So I guess they thought that
it was
they
sweet,
was
yeah.
cool. And I almost got. I couldn't move. But I said, as soon as I got out this shit, one of y'all getting y'all motherfuckers kicked, and they got scared. They went and told.
Actually scared.
Yeah. I was seriously going to kick somebody. I'm a grown ass man. You don't smack me on my motherfucker. While I'm cheeks out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then after all shit dried up and stuff, they took it out, and I had the jock strap and then the plastic. It gets everything, and they pulled it out, and it had a print of my asshole. And I'm like, damn, I should have wore a thong.
Yo, that's crazy how it was full circle. But I'm glad you didn't wear a thong.
I'm glad I didn't wear a thong, but then.
So I got two things now, the thong thing. So when we were on Brennan's show, you were talking about how you got robbed at thong point, and Brennan thought you were wearing a thong and you were at gunpoint.
How did he go there?
I don't know.
He be hating.
But you basically mean you got super drunk in Vegas and like a stripper or something robbed you.
Yeah.
And she took how much money from you? Or
Was
value of
value was jewelry and clothes and shit. Close to almost $200,000 worth of jewelry and shit.
You never got that back?
I don't think I'm ever getting it back.
So what happened? You were just like, you drank too much?
I drank too much.
Yeah.
I was having fun visiting my friends in Vegas I don't see often and just enjoying myself, and I just got white girl wasted.
Damn.
But normally I can handle my
Yeah.
and I'm not belligerent now. I can handle my but if I drink too much, the worst thing that can happen is I pass out.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
And do you think she knew that was going to happen? I feel like
she could probably tell because she could probably tell how drunk I was because
he was like, here,
I was supposed to pay her $500 an hour for stripping, for like twerking.
Yeah.
And I was trying to pay her to get her out of there. She's like, no. And I figured like, oh, she's doing one of those things that happen in a strip club where you do 2 minutes, you go and do a dance and they do like 10 songs and then you owe them $40 million,
Yeah.
I thought she was doing one of those things. I was like, no. And then she just kept going. we was having fun, and
Here, have another drink.
yeah, and she saw me. I had my jewelry and stuff on, and when she came up to the room, I didn't have it on, and I didn't. I guess she probably checked the safe. See, I put in the safe. I didn't put in the safe. I had one of those luggage that you can lock the luggage up, and I just put all my in my. I had a Jackson bag like this, my favorite one. And it was gray. It was like, man, it was dope. And I had put everything in there, and I put it, and I had some bunch of wands in there from the last time I went to the strip club. I had a bunch of stripper wands. That's what I was going to give her.
She took the whole thing.
She took the whole luggage.
All right, guys, this podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. I've talked about this plenty of times. I'm going to talk about it again because it's never not important, okay? If you guys are looking for some help in your life, if you're looking for a different perspective, a different point of view on something that you're dealing with, something that you're going through, or just looking to get some sort of like, not answer necessarily, but definitely something that's not the same thoughts in your mind kind of going over and over and over about the same sort of topic. BetterHelp has got your back. Really simple. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. Someone to talk to, someone to give you a different perspective of things, to look at whatever you're dealing with in your life right now without any sort of bias, without any sort of like connection to what you do or don't do. It is always really helpful to get that sort of outside look, that outside perspective to make you look at your situation a little bit differently. So if you guys want to give it a shot, check it out. BetterHelp.com/Raw Talk to get 10% off your first month. Again, that's BetterHelp.com/Raw Talk to get 10% off your first month. Let's get back into this podcast. Bro, what the
whole
I guess it makes sense.
I had an air tag. I had an air tag if I was in my right mind. If I had to catch a flight, I could have followed her, but like I said, I don't trust myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're gonna do some flight.
So I was like, what's it worth? Like, is it worth going to prison? Because think about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say nothing here on air, but you don't know what you're going to do in that situation. So
yeah, because you feel taken advantage.
And I'm not a materialistic person. I would like to get myself back because some of it had like, you know what I'm saying?
Sentimental value.
Yeah, because like the bracelet I had, it got stolen once before and it came back to me on a crazy story. So I put my initials on it, and the chain, I it's custom made. Like, and one of those bracelets, one of the guys I did a movie with in Thailand, he becoming like a brother. He gave me like a cool bracelet that it's like a wolf, because I'm a werewolf, and he put
you a werewolf.
Yeah, and he put the.
What you mean? It was casual. It was a casual. Yeah. What you mean you a werewolf?
I'm a werewolf.
What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
I'm a wolf. So he gave me.
What does that mean? Hold on, no. We can't just go on to that. What do you mean? So you turn into a werewolf?
Ever since I seen the movie Teen Wolf as a kid, I've been a werewolf.
That's not how it works, bro.
That's how it works, bro. Listen.
I'm that.
Yeah,
you're like a 12-year-old.
How you gonna judge me if now people can change their sex and you gotta and you identify as a werewolf?
Fuck it, dude.
It.
Can't say
you can't say about it, or I sue you for discrimination, motherfucker. I'm a werewolf.
Bro, why is the world's crazy?
The world's crazy. So you got to accept me for being a werewolf. Damn. If I got to call a woman a man and a man a woman, they got to accept that I'm a werewolf.
That's crazy.
I'm a werewolf.
Speaking of conspiracy theories, the thong thing reminded me of this too. Did you see the interview with Shannon, Sharpe, and Katt Williams? Did you watch that interview?
Yeah, I saw clips. I didn't watch the whole damn interview. My brother wanted me to watch it, but I don't got 2 hours like that.
Yeah. Apparently, it's got like 40 million views in like a few days or some crazy shit. The whole world's seen this shit, apparently. So did you see the bit where they were talking about Kevin Hart and the actors, predominantly black actors in this sense, like wearing dresses and like some sort of rite of passage? It's like they have to do this shit. Katt Williams basically saying how he didn't want to do it, he didn't do it, and then Kevin Hart started taking the roles where he wasn't doing it. It just made me think about it because they try to put you in a thong. But like, do you think
they were just trying to put me in a thong just to save my asshole? I know.
I'm trolling. But in that sense, do you and you did Hollywood a little bit, obviously some movies. Did you ever run into anything weird where you're like, what the?
No, I didn't make it nowhere near that. Like I said, I only did 2 big movies. The rest been like B and D movies.
Yeah, but do you think that's a thing?
I actually have no idea, but I've seen like white actors in dresses as well. So I don't think it's a race thing.
Yeah.
I just think it's like certain people like the powers that be like, hey, you want to be one of us? You got to humiliate yourself a little bit. You
like why would there need to be like a humiliation thing?
I have no idea. I don't know much about that. I just know that I would never make it if that's the way you got to do. You got to wear a dress because my father, he's the type of guy. If I wore a dress, I'd never hear the end of it. And even though he old as fuck, he'd still try to beat my. Because I remember one time, my little brother was asleep, and my sister painted his toenails, and my brother had no idea his toenails, and my dad beat his ass for having.
Yo,
That's the type of dad I got. And back in the day, you could say the F word. Back in the day, you know.
Yeah.
And my dad,
he was saying it.
He was saying like, "Ain't no son of mine going to be no."
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So I know that I can't. I don't give a what type of movie. But you know what? You know what though? The real talk. I'm gonna keep. I like to keep it 100. I'm an open book. Back when Nutty Professor came out,
Yeah.
I really liked. I'm a big fan of Eddie Murphy. I really like those characters that he did, and he was all the big family. And
Yeah.
my favorite character was the old lady.
The old woman, yeah.
It was the old woman, and he dressed up like an old woman, and he was funny. He put on the makeup, and if you're gonna wear a dress, you do it like that. You dress up like an old woman, and you put the makeup on your face so you don't look like a man in a woman dress, and you be an old lady, and it's not sexualized to me.
Right.
So the way Eddie Murphy did it, I don't see nothing wrong with the way he did when he was that old lady. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
Come on, Cletus.
Yeah, like the line in the
he like
dress.
you walk over, but you go limp back. Bro, I died laughing at the old lady. She had like the teeth falling out, like the gum, her dentures. Bro, that's funny. And like anybody else dressed up like even like when Tyler Perry did it, because before he got famous, my mom used to watch his plays in the South. That's how he got famous off the people in the South. He used to have these plays. And
Medea.
And Medea. You go buy them on DVDs. So I never really watched them because I don't like plays. But I remember walking past the living room or whatever. My mom, she used to watch Tyler Perry, and she loved him. And I didn't think nothing of it. A man dressed up like an old lady in a dress.
It's funny.
I just thought it was fun. And like even like Jamie Foxx, what he do, Shanane and all that stuff. I didn't see none of them. But with the way Katt Williams talk about it when they dress up like a woman, you know what I'm saying? And like he kind of said like stuff that we don't know. We don't know about the Hollywood stuff. They all in the Hollywood stuff. Even though I've done like a few movies, I don't know much about it. All the stuff I've seen in Hollywood has all been real positive. I think it's like MMA, like where it's close. Everybody know each other. It's like So I don't know. Everything I've learned about Hollywood has been positive because I've just been on the tiptoe and like on the outside.
Yeah, I see. What do you think about all this Epstein? What's your take on that?
Man, that's some crazy.
Yeah,
that's the crazy. And the kids, man, come on, the kids.
It's terrible.
I got a bunch of kids. I love kids. Kids are our future, and what you got to think about that is if you have kids, you want to put yourself as a parent, like if one of those kids was yours.
Yeah.
And then you look at it from that standpoint, and then you like, man, all them motherfuckers, if they done anything wrong to kids, they should go to jail. I don't give who it is.
Yeah.
And that's honest. If anybody do anything inappropriate to a kid, you should go to jail instead of like parents like disciplining their kids, and then you can go to jail for that.
Yeah.
Give a kid a spanking, you go to jail. You get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
But all these other doing like evil shit, and we don't hear about them going to jail like that. And if they do, they're protected in prison. So that's not right. I'm you know what I'm saying, I'm a son of the Most High, and so I like to do what's right. I'm not a perfect human being by any chance, but you know what I'm saying, I f up just like everybody else, but you know what I'm saying, I don't do
There's certain lines where it's
I don't do no evil shit.
Because I'm so curious. I'm like, how do you, I was talking to my buddies about it. It's like, do people just get to a point where they're so rich that they're like, I'm gonna fuck with kids? Like what? Like where does that even, how does it even happen?
Yeah, I know. You gotta think about the psychology of it. Like why even are people attracted to kids? Like, I thought about this. I'm gonna keep it 100. I thought about this because some people start having sex when they're young. I started having sex when I was young. Right?
Like what age?
I don't want to say how old I was because it was really young.
Fair.
I was really young. I was really young when I started having sex. So I was a kid having sex, and I wasn't having sex with adults as a kid until I turned 14. Then I was having sex with grown women that thought I was 18.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like, what if some of these people was like me? What if they was having sex when they was kids with other kids and they still remember that? Is that what a part of it? So, but then I'm thinking, right now, I like having sex with grown women, even though I had sex with kids.
Right. When you were a kid. When you were a kid.
Yeah. Even when I was a kid, I didn't prefer kids my age. I didn't prefer girls my age. I prefer women. I had a crush on my teachers. Yeah. They didn't know that I was, they didn't know that I was already like sexually active. They had no idea. If I had sexy teachers, I would have crushes on them.
Yeah.
And like
I feel like that's normal.
But in elementary, you have a crush on them, but you didn't. As elementary school, you wasn't trying to smash. I was trying to smash.
Like, wait, hold on. I'm trying to picture you in elementary. Like,
bro,
what was your riz though? Like, were you like, I'll stay after class?
Oh yeah, I do whatever. I had this one teacher. She failed me too, Miss Cozell. Bro, she used to come rub me on my back.
Oh my god!
She didn't even know I was growing and everything. And I would do whatever it took to get her to rub my back.
What the
was wrong? I was. That's why I'm not perverted no more, because I went through that stage. I was. The good thing about it, by the time I got to high school, all the boys my age, they was already pussy crazy. They was just now starting to lose their virginity and stuff like that. I was already past that phase. So now I'm an adult. I'm 45 years old. Now I have to be like attracted to a woman to even, take it there. Like I don't just go and smash anything. I went through that stage. I went through that stage in elementary.
Yeah, I see. It's interesting. It's so funny. But yeah, it's weird. Like I just think of the whole concept and I'm just like,
bro,
why the fuck is this even a thing?
Bro, it's a big thing, and it's bigger than what we know. It was just coming out. This been going on for a long time. But like I said, times is different. I remember I heard my grandfather was 30 years older than my grandmother. So, so you got to think about in our grandparents' day and age, it was more acceptable. It's more acceptable. Right. Back then you married like a little young 16-year-old girl when you were already in your 20s, and that now it's frowned upon. You can't do it in certain states unless it's, maybe sign off. But you know what? I went to England one time and I was having dinner with one of my old coaches, and this beautiful girl came up to the table with, I think, an older man, like her uncle or somebody, and he asked for a picture, and I looked at the girl like, damn, you hot as. And she said, yeah, I'm a wrestler too. I wrestle in I rep at Olympic level. I said, yo, you ought to do MMA. And I said, damn, but you hot as hell. I think you'll do good. Like you hot and you look good, and I'll teach you how to fight. Well, I was trying to riz a little bit too. Yeah. And then it got to the point where she said, oh, but I'm 16. I was like, oh damn, you only 16.
What the
No, she looked like she was in her 20s.
I get it.
But she was very beautiful. Yeah. And then when she told me she was 16, I was like, oh, okay. But I said, well, you still should train. I tried to point it to my coach. I was like, hey, he got a gym here in England. You should train there. And, I got plugs. I can, get you fights and stuff like that. If you can wrestle, like MMA need more beautiful girls. I know how to market you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then my coach was like, no, she should go. So for some reason, he didn't want to train in his gym. But I had already gave her my Instagram before I found out she was 16, and she DM'd me and she started talking like sexual. I was like, no, I can't. I know you're a beautiful girl, but I can't do that. You 16. I see. When she was like, oh, but that's legal here in England. I was like, what?
Well, yeah, different countries, different places.
So different countries. But I said, yeah, but I'm where I'm from. Like I got a daughter that my daughter was just turned 17. I said, no, I can't. Even though it's legal to go to another country and do, I still think, with today's society, it's wrong for saying a grown person to hook up with somebody that young. My lowest age is like 21, but if I see a hot 18-year-old, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I get you. It's interesting because obviously 18 they can do all the other shit,
Yeah, so. 18 they grown. 18 they grown in our society. Like damn, they grown, but their minds aren't there.
Right. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's hard for me to even get a 21-year-old. If they don't typically like guys in their 40s. 21-year-old.
I feel like you find them out here. They're definitely looking for guys in their 40s with money.
Oh yeah, probably the sugar babies. Yeah, I don't think I'm old enough to be a sugar daddy.
I mean, yeah, you are.
Shit,
because you're old enough to be a father. You're a father. You have kids.
Man, my dick's still good.
Yeah, but what age is it?
They should pay me.
They should pay you. At what age is the sugar daddy?
I think the sugar daddy's probably starting like the late 50s. That's when
late 50s.
Late 50s when you kind of like out of shape and you don't got nothing but money.
Yeah, I see.
You know what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah.
How old are you?
34.
Oh goddamn, you got plenty of years for you.
Yeah.
and you keep looking in good shape like that, you got a girl throwing them. Like my homegirl, saw one picture, you just throwing yourself and told me to give you those.
Oh my God.
And hit her up.
I can't believe this. Like this.
J-Cock.
J-Cock. What the is this?
Crazy name for some dick pills.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense though.
Yeah.
Cock, I guess.
Well, I heard they work really good. I wouldn't know.
Oh, you heard they work good?
That's what I was
Yes,
told.
I don't know that fit. Like, look, so when'd you try them?
What do you mean?
When'd you try them?
I haven't. Look at the package. It's still. You
Yeah,
know,
well, obviously it's like a one-off. You probably have a few one-offs. You probably tried it.
Why would I try
10 out
something
of 10?
called? Huh?
10 out of 10?
Why would I try something called J-Cock?
I don't know.
Why would I try that?
Just because, like, why would you
I'm
not?
45. My wang still works good.
Yeah, but like, why not? It's like, why not make it work better?
But what my friend says is his.
Oh, your friend said it.
My friend said.
Go ahead, tell me.
My friend said even though his wang still works good, he likes to do it on the first time to impress the woman.
Oh, your friend said that. What's his name?
I'm not going to tell you his name.
What's the letter? What's the first letter of his name?
His name is Chris.
Okay. All right, so maybe you're not lying.
I'm not lying. He told me that
His name's not Rampage.
No. His name's not Rampage. He told me the first impression lasts forever.
Damn.
So think about this. You know, when you have sex with a woman, all the pressure's on us. You know this.
Of course.
Yeah, there's not that much pressure on a woman. All they got to do is smell good, be tight enough. We're not too judgy, and kind of move back a little bit. Don't lay there. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be a fish.
Yeah. Don't be a fish. We gotta last long, be the right size, know what we're doing.
Yeah. You think guys got more pressure?
Yeah, and when it comes to sex, guys, we have way more pressure than a woman.
Yeah, because you got to keep it up too.
You got to keep it up, and so you know, like with us, it's things like mental. Say you really like this girl. I'm gonna paint this picture. You really like this girl, and you finally get a chance to go on a date with her, but you stressed at work.
Yeah, your day, you didn't get enough water.
You didn't get enough water. You stressed.
You didn't sleep too much.
Yeah, and you got a lot of business, something going on, and you stressed.
Then you're kind of like, yo, I want to perform. And you get that performance anxiety. That's very real.
Yeah, it's real.
Super real.
Like women don't take that. Can women still have sex when they stress at work?
I mean, I think obviously a woman's gonna probably be more aroused, and if she's more calm and less stressed. So the same thing kind of happens. So she's probably.
Can they still get wet though? See,
I mean, every woman's probably do. I can't speak from that, but I can imagine.
You've never been a woman before.
Never been a woman. That's right. Yeah.
You ever dated a woman that was stressed and she didn't get wet?
I think if a woman is stressed, like I'm going to assume, no, I haven't dated with someone that didn't get wet, but I'm saying that I for sure believe if a woman is stressed out and like not having a good time, then she's probably not as wet or is she not as aroused, and it's going to translate to like, you know, a less comfortable situation.
Yeah, but what I think was different is when a woman is like in that mood, she really don't want it. But I've been stressed before and in a relationship with a girl, and you know, and I was still kind of horny. You know, I didn't tell her no. Like she was the one who initiated it, but I was like, damn, you know, I'm stressed, and so and when I'm stressed, it's going to take a lot for him to wake up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the girls, you know, they don't take a rejection as well as us. So even if you're in a relationship, I tell my girl like, no, I'm not in the mood. You know, I'm still kind of, you know, blah, blah, I'm dealing with some stuff, but they still want it. And then, so it's kind of like I'm being forced to have. Women, they just say no, you say no, and that's it, you go. But men, I've said no, like, no, I'm not in, I'm not wanting it, and they still in the mood, or they want it, and I still have to perform while I'm stressed, and I don't think that's fair. So I think that's when Jake Cock will come in handy.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And the first impression, and when you stress. So I think that's when stuff like Jake Cock will come. So
yeah, perfect.
So don't talk bad about it.
You should start giving like love and like relationship advice on pods. It'd be good.
Bro, I'm telling you, on Twitter, I started doing it one time. I was born on the plane. I did it one time. I was trying to teach you. There's so many simps on the internet.
Yeah,
That's why OnlyFans girls are so rich now.
Yeah, bro.
Because all these simps on the internet, I'm like telling that. Honestly, that's caused hoflation.
Hoflation's happening.
It's happening right now.
Yeah.
So it's making it harder for us to get girls.
Yeah.
It's harder for us to get like regular girls because social media, all these guys leaving all these simpy ass comments on girls' pages. Yeah. And they slide their DMs.
The hoflation is going up.
And so it's harder for regular guys to get girls because they think that they're 10s. All of them think they're 10s, and when reality is some of them aren't. And when a guy that's on their level try to hit on them. So I just think
like every girl thinks they're gonna get Drake or something, right?
Because now if they got some really nice photoshopped pictures on Instagram, you get celebrities sliding their DMs. Yeah. So it's like that's what we're dealing with now.
Yeah. But you're you're a celebrity.
No, I'm not.
Not at all.
No, I'm not.
So people don't come up and take photos with you?
Guys.
That's true.
Yeah. So the only celebrities in MMA I would say is Conor McGregor and probably Ronda Rousey, and now she's a pro wrestler. Those are what I consider like celebrities.
Yeah.
The rest of us we're like popular in our genre. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think when guys know you, I think girls also know you as well. Because a lot of times in relationship to the guys.
I'm not gonna say no girls know me, but when I go out and I'm out about, if I'm in a bar, or I'm in a place where
it's dudes.
It's dudes. And if a girl come and most of the time a dude sent them, but I'm telling you, the only place where I get approached by girls and where MMA fighters have groupies is Japan.
So that's why you spend so much time in Japan.
What you mean? I don't spend a whole lot of time in Japan. I'm not always there. I wish I could live there.
I love Japan.
I love Japan.
I went to Japan a couple months ago. It was one of the best places I ever visited.
Oh man, yes, it's good. It's just so expensive though.
Is it really? I feel like it was cheap.
No, I'm just saying to live there and everything.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Because our money's stronger now. It's like 30% stronger.
Yeah. So the food, I was like, this is cheap.
Yeah, now it's like a lot of people go there and go shopping and all like the fancy stores and stuff like that because you get stuff cheaper there now. Yeah, you're right. It's cheap now.
Where do you normally go when you're out there in Japan?
I like to hang out in Tokyo, and I go to Americans call it roppongi. Japanese people call it lopungi because they can't say the R and the L is different. Roppongi. But the best places to go is Fukuoka, Nagoya, Osaka.
Why? Food?
The people? I'm not a foodie.
Yeah, just the people?
The people and the girls are beautiful. Like, and one time I went to Fukuoka years ago, and I went to McDonald's, which I never do now, and it was a model working behind the desk.
What?
Working at McDonald's. She looks like a fucking model. I tried my best to raise her up in Japanese, and it wasn't working.
Wasn't happening.
It wasn't. The first thing I asked her, I said, "Sumimasen, kokojin suki desu ka?"
Which means?
Excuse me, do you like...
Bro, you're hilarious, dude. That's the first thing you said.
The first thing I said to her, because that normally works, because I need to know if I need to say anything else or just walk away.
Oh my God.
If they say, "Hi, ski dash," I'm like, "Oh, okay," then I can raise them up. If they go like this, they do like this.
What'd she do? She hit you with that, huh?
Yeah, she hit me with that.
Damn.
She was like, "No, get your black out of here. Order the food and go." She at first I thought that she only spoke Japanese. She straight up talked like a hood. She's like, "Get your black."
No, you're making that up. Nah,
real talk, man. She was like, "No, get your black. I don't fuck with you."
No, she
said, "I ain't no Snickers bar. Get the fuck out of here." She called me a Snickers bar, bro.
You're lying. Okay, you're lying. All right. Yeah, you're funny, man. Dude, the thing that I liked the most about Japan was like the culture of it. People are so like respectful and they're so into their own. And also the anime thing is like pretty much Japanese culture.
Yeah,
like I didn't realize
anime
that.
porn.
No, bro. I watch a lot of anime,
but not the anime porn.
The porn's weird.
It's weird.
Weird as fuck.
No. The best porn is Japanese porn, but it sucks because they got the blurred out goodness.
Oh yeah, because why don't they show that? I guess
so. They don't want to show the pubic area, but doing sex. But if you ever watch TV over there, they can show like a girl's taking a bath or something, nothing sexual. They can show everything, but as soon as it's sexual, they got to blur it out.
Oh, they blur it out.
It's the weirdest thing. But I don't watch porn. I don't watch porn either. I'm not really a porn guy, but Japanese porn is the best porn.
If you had to watch porn.
If you had to watch porn, Japanese, because of the storyline and stuff they do.
You're there for the storyline?
I'm there for the storyline.
Oh my God. So you're not the I skip this part guy. You watch it.
No, I skip certain parts. I don't like to see the BJs.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I don't, like I said again, I don't watch porn.
Got it. Do you really not watch porn? Actually, because I actually don't watch porn.
No,
I'm not saying that to joke.
Yeah, you.
I swear.
Full cat.
I swear.
Why you don't?
It's been about 2 because I didn't have a problem with it at one point, but I did it. I watched it a lot.
You had a problem with it then.
Probably had a problem. Yeah, to be honest. I probably watched it too much, jerked off too much, and I was like, yo, I just need to stop this. Straight up.
Your dick started looking like handlebar grips.
Yeah, like, I gotta stop. So I stopped. It's almost 2 years now.
Oh yeah, you had a porn addiction, bro.
Probably.
You have addictive personality.
Yeah.
It's probably good that you stopped. So I don't know. I'm not gonna say that I don't watch it, but it's not my thing. I don't really watch it. But if I get in the mood where I'm lonely, I don't have a girl for a while, and you can hear some Japanese coming out of my bathroom. Ikai, oh, Sagoa, Kinonji.
Bro, you're funny. Oh man. What was I gonna ask you? Yeah, you threw me off.
My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. So
now look, I
just-
him up, y'all. He's gonna go back. He's gonna go back and watch some Japanese porn.
bro, I picture you in the bathroom like
man.
I'm just like in a thong and like
hell
okay,
no.
no thong.
No thong.
No
I'm going to my grave not wearing a thong. If I didn't wear a thong that time they plastered my asshole, I'm not putting on the thong.
Yeah, I get it. That's
Never.
good. That's good.
That's just a man just shouldn't wear a thong, man.
It looks weird.
It looks I know some men probably do wear it. On the Ultimate Fighter, when I was coaching on the Ultimate Fighter, the guys on the team, they had like a masseuse come to the house. And one day they was telling me, if you go back and watch it, the last season I did, I can't remember what season it was, the one with Rashard Evans, the guys was telling me, I think that was the one, the guys was telling me that one day the guy was giving another fighter a massage and he just bent over a little bit too far and you
No
could see
way.
he had a thong on. And I died laughing. This guy coming there doing that, and it's on TV, bro. It's on TV. And this guy wore a masseuse, wore a thong, massaging fighters, massaging dudes.
What the?
Yeah, I just think, look, I don't judge nobody, but I just think that it looks uncomfortable, and I just
It looks
don't,
extremely uncomfortable.
I just don't think men should wear thongs. But if you're a guy and you like wearing thongs, I don't give. It don't bother me.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
These little conspiracies.
With the little elephant front.
No.
A thong. What about the male strippers?
horn?
They wear thongs, don't they?
Yeah, but that's like
How you know?
Because you just said it.
No. How do you know the male strippers wear thongs?
Because you just said it.
No. You go take my word.
I'm assuming what you said was the truth.
No, you
I
like,
figured you was there last weekend. I didn't say yeah. I love that shit. I didn't say that.
Did,
I said yeah.
Go back and watch the footage, bro.
Why are you trying to get me, bro? Look
You
at
been
this
trying
shit.
to get me with the thong.
No, bro.
Time.
No, we already. Don't get me talking about the.
Right.
I already know the shit over here with you.
I don't know.
Not giving the last name.
Oh no. That's fine. She didn't take my last name. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't care. She Japanese. She didn't want to take my last name.
I know. I was trying to fuck
I know.
with you.
Yeah, I didn't. It didn't bother me. I just thought it was stupid because now when she go to my kid's school and my kids need to register for school, something like that, she got a different name from my kid, so it makes her look stupid, not me.
Yeah.
I didn't care. She left her whole family and her career and her family business and all the different stuff to come and take care of me. I wasn't gonna trip on her not taking.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah, I won't trip.
So switching it up a little bit, more conspiracy talk because we talked about this on Brandon's pod, but I think it's so interesting. What do you think about the whole flat Earth?
Here we go.
But it was good, bro. Because
Yeah.
people like talking about this, and I, on the pod we were talking about like the satellites, and I'm like looking at these pictures because
you had a good point with that.
because that one and so I went and I looked at the emergency landing things.
Yeah, did you look it up?
Yeah. And it is weird, but I think maybe it's the weather stuff. Like there's other reasons why it could also be happening.
What do you mean weather? What they got to do with the way the geography laid out though? The weather and stuff like that. What they got to do?
So you got to avoid weather, depending. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I'm not understanding like what's the weather got to do with Alaska being in a different place than what we think it's at?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I know it's weird, but it's like it's just
It's
I don't
weird,
know.
but to say the least, it's weird. Like, okay, I didn't start really looking into flat Earth until when COVID happened. I started getting into be honest here. I started getting into TikTok more, and just I was scrolling through TikTok, looking at those hot girls doing those dances and stuff. Then one video came up about the moon landing, and I was always curious about the moon landing. And they would just break it down like the moon landing and stuff. And last time I saw it when I was a kid, and I obviously believed it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I was just interested because I like space, and my favorite planet was Jupiter and stuff like that. So I'm watching the moon landing, and they were talking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, that is kind of odd. That is kind of weird about the thing and the buggy and all that stuff. I'm like, oh okay. And then I started looking into it more, and then they said something about the firmament. And years prior, like when I was 26, I become born again Christian, and I started reading the Bible. And I remember when I read the Bible in Genesis, they talk about the firmament, and I had no idea what the firmament was, and I never forgot it because I didn't go into the dictionary and look it up. I just said, oh, it's some Bible mumbo jumbo. I didn't know what it was. So I heard that word firmament. So when I heard him talk about it on that on the video, I went back to the Bible and looked at firmament. Then now I finally understood what the firmament was. I said, okay, so now I have a base here with some crazy. And I was bored during COVID, so and I this is when I first started not trusting the government because we got this new disease or virus or something, and now they want us to take a vaccine all of a sudden. And I was like, oh, okay, what's the government is doing this, and they're giving us this vaccine for free. And I'm like, I ain't never heard them nothing for free. So it's all this crazy stuff, right?
For free, but tax dollars. But
yeah, but you know,
free.
At that time I heard free, and so I look at it, and I was like, oh, this crazy stuff. Even though the Bible talks about the firm it's crazy stuff. And then I came across this video where this guy was talking about the emergency landings, and he brought up that the map that we go by is different than what the map that the pilots go by, and they were talking about the flat Earth map, and it's saying that it's the same as the logo on the United Nations, right? Thing that map is their logo. And I was saying like
the map that they go by on the planes.
Oh, they said the pilots go by this. They go by this map. I don't know how true that is. All right, but I'm just saying what the video was telling me. I don't know how true which map the pilots go by. I haven't asked any pilots, but the thing that caught my attention was that the United Nations, their logo used the flat Earth map. It looks different. The continents and stuff is laid out different than what our map globe is laid out. And so I looked into the
like if you wrapped it.
No,
right?
even if you wrap it, it's still not the same. It's like it's just positioned different. It's like the way
on the UN map.
Yeah, have you ever seen that logo?
No, I've seen it, but I haven't like looked at it.
That layout of the continents and stuff on the flat. They said that's the way the continent really looks, the way the map really looks. Because I've heard stories of this older white lady was always talking about racism, and she was saying that Africa is wrong. It's bigger than what they portray, and they got other continents bigger than Africa. So I was already skeptical about the map that we use anyway. Once this lady started pointing it out and stuff like that, because she made sense. If somebody makes sense to me, I'm going to look into it more. And then I saw that and the United Nations. I said, "Well,
but it makes sense to you because what? Like, what's making it make sense?
What's making it make sense is that I've flown all over the world. I've flown a lot of places, and sometimes I'll be thinking like, I'll be thinking like, man, this just don't add up. Why are we going all the way up here to get to this place all the way down here? So I always thinking about that. Why we got to fly through this place to go through there, and then when you look on the flat Earth map, we think that we going up like a curve, or going up here and flying over this destination to go all the way down here. When I know the fastest way and the least expensive way is to go straight line.
Straight line, yeah.
And then you look on a flat Earth map, and then you see if you put a straight line from this destination all the way through the places you go over, or you hub, or you pass over to get to there, it's most likely a straight line. And that, to me,
like of the actual flight,
it makes sense. But when you watch the flight on the TV on the airplane, it's gonna show you going around a
going like this.
And it's a big curve and stuff like that. So some stuff just didn't add up to me. And so, to say the least, I was saying that it was interesting. And then I didn't fully believe in flat Earth until I come across this the emergency landings, and then that just made sense to me. And I said, oh, okay, well then maybe the Earth is flat. And then I looked into okay, what's this going on? What's this ice wall? And I know what the problem was with me, why I didn't believe it. There's a couple of reasons why I didn't believe it at first, because they was preaching that we're spinning at 666. They kept talking about the devil, and NASA is like mean to deceive, and like they said when the rockets go off, they said T minus 3 seconds, T minus this, and you spell NASA, and it's a T minus to make Satan. All this devil, and I was like,
right.
That's too much of a coincidence. I'm like, nah, I don't. That was keeping me away from believing all the flat Earth stuff. Then I learned about the ice wall, and I remember reading encyclopedias and stuff when I was young, and I remember it used to be called the Arctic Circle.
Yeah,
and it wasn't called like Antarctica. It was called like the Arctic Circle, and I have this interest in words and the origins of words. Because when I started traveling the world and stuff, I noted that our language is very weird. Because when I was learning Japanese, I was a better speller in Japanese than I am in English. Because English always seemed weird to me, and I can't spell in English. When I was learning how to read and write Japanese, I can spell my ass off in Japanese.
Yeah.
And so I look up the origins of words. And my mom is tough. She put me in Latin in high school. So I had to, you learn where these words and stuff, where they come from. So I started looking up words like airplane.
Airplane, yeah.
Airplane. Like, why is it called airplane? Now look at the word horizon. Why is it called horizon? Then you look at the word sea level. So all this stuff just makes sense to me if you like know the origins of words and why words are words, and then you just look back to our ancestors and how smart they were to build all these crazy buildings back in the day and pyramids that we can't build now, and
It's weird.
It's weird. And people say that they knew the earth was flat back then, but we was gaslit to think that.
What would be the point for us to not believe that it's flat though, and believe that it's round if it wasn't round?
I think that the point is it always points back to money. NASA makes they make a lot of money.
It's a whole branch of the government. Yeah, collects a lot of tax dollars.
They make a lot of money, and we're sheep. We're just numbers. Like ever since we had a birth certificate, ever since you got to be born,
Social security number.
Yeah. Ever since we are numbers, like when we're born, we're already in debt. We got to pay so much money, right?
Yeah,
we're consumers, right? So we happily pay these taxes and stuff like that, and I also think that even though I'm not religious, but I do believe in the Most High, and I feel like if we really knew where we lived and what this earth was, what this realm was, we would know 100% in the true living God, because we would know, like, how did we get a firmament over where we live? And the thing that kept me from believing this was the propaganda. When they show you the flat earth, they show you this pancake earth in outer space with other round planets by it and stuff like that. And you see, when you think of it, you that's what you think of. You think of outer space, but this pancake a planet with still got the big sun, 93 million miles away, this giant sun.
That's round.
That's round. And you got all these planets and stuff. But we in outer space as a pancake. And that's the picture that they paint for you to keep you from looking into it more. You just dismiss it right away. You're like, oh, that's nonsense. Like, how come everything else is a planet and they're round and we're in outer space as a pancake? And that's propaganda.
So then do you think the other planets don't exist, or like what would be the other option?
The other options would be that the other planets are really not planets at all, that they're possibly wandering stars or something like that. Like I feel like we've been lied to so much that I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a flat earther, but I'm no longer calling flat earthers idiots, because now I'm, like I said, I'm leaning towards that, and I know that flat earthers don't know everything, because when I talk about it with my friends, they was like, "Well, show me a picture of the flat Earth." I was like, I can CGI something for you right now. I can find something that has somebody show you some CGI. But from my understanding, with the firmament, we can't get high enough to take a picture of the whole Earth because of the firmament. So, say you want me to give you a picture of this whole floor, and I got to go past this ceiling to take a picture of the whole floor. I can't get high enough.
I see what you're saying.
To get a picture of this whole floor, and that's why we don't have pictures of the flat Earth, because the firmament you can't get in, you can't get out.
So you think the picture that we see of the Earth, like from space, is like it's just a CGI?
Just like when you showed Brendan those pictures of the satellites.
Yeah,
they all look fake, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen satellites. You know that Chinese spy balloon.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
That's what satellites are.
Like just balloons.
Yeah, that's what a satellite is. It's not the ones that the CGI that they can't go in outer space. They can't get past what do you call it, the atmosphere, whatever. What do you call it, stratosphere? They can't get past it because it's 4,000 degrees. What metal wires and stuff like that you think would withstand going through that much heat?
I mean, I think there are certain metals that are.
It's like only 2 metals on the periodic table that can withstand that heat, and the satellites are not made by that. But okay, even if they could, what about the wires and stuff like that? What
Well, they're inside the metal.
Yeah.
So then they're protected from the metal. No,
You think so? You don't think he can?
Bro, I don't
You
know.
don't think
I
he
don't
can
know
go?
any of this.
You don't think he can go inside metal and melt wires?
Yeah, I guess if there's some sort of like
But-
deflected inside or
Yeah,
something.
but let me tell you, I'm not trying to convince you.
No. I don't know. Yeah.
You asked me a question. I'm telling you.
I'm genuinely asking because I'm really curious.
Yeah,
I
you
like.
brought up a good point with those satellites. I was like, yeah, there's CGI. That made me look into it more.
Yeah, because I mean, I did because I had my buddy on here came and started talking about Zerk, and he was telling like it went crazy, like the clips go crazy. So I was like, I'm talking about this, and there's a lot of people who are like, it is kind of weird.
It is kind of weird. So my whole point is this. I think in this world, especially in America, in this world, like we have so many different things that divides us, like
It's all weird.
religion,
bro. Yeah.
politics, saying race, sexual orientation. I decided a long time ago not to be prejudiced against anybody. So my whole message is, don't divide yourself from somebody, or don't call somebody stupid because they believe in something different from you. Like
Absolutely.
a lot of people believe what the Bible say. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a religious person, but I believe the Old Testament. This is my own personal opinion.
Right.
For me, the Old Testament is more or less a history book. I don't know how they got a religion out of it. The New Testament is something totally different. So my family is very religious. They might get upset when we were saying how I feel, but I feel like the Old Testament taught me a lot, and I feel like it's a history book. It talks about giants. It talks about the Nephilim. It talks about the earth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like people shouldn't get mad at other people for what they believe the Bible say the earth look like, because it could be interpreted in a lot of different ways. Because the Bible said the earth looked like a seal, like a clay. Back in the day they used to put seals on things.
The letters and stuff.
Yeah, and that's what it describes and stuff like that. And just for me, I was like, all right, the Bible says it's like this, and that it can't be moved, and it's sitting on foundation, and it don't move and stuff like that. So I rather trust in the Bible than in the government and the NASA.
Yeah.
So that's my
I get it.
and I just don't want people to be on the internet calling people like me or anybody else to believe in what the Bible said over NASA stupid, because it can go back and forth. I can say that you're stupid for believing in Santa Claus as a kid.
Yeah.
But we all grew out of that. And like we all believe in Santa Claus as a kid, but then we grew out of it. I feel like government, like everybody lied to us about Santa Claus. Everybody, and because they was lied to, and so it's a foundation. They were lied to about Santa Claus. I believe there's a lot of people at NASA that works for NASA and still believe in outer space. But I think that there's a lot of people at top that know that outer space is not real.
Yeah, I just think there's just, the world is so weird, and the internet's like made it 10 times weirder, because at the core of all this stuff is money and power. And it's like, we'd be naive to think that, I don't know, that some of this stuff, I'm not saying that flat earth exactly, or some of these things aren't just like really, there's this really happening. Like people are really like, with all the money and the power, really deceiving people to keep them in between to maintain that sort of dynamic. It just makes sense, right? It's like same thing on a very small level that everyone could relate to, right? The cool kids in school, and all the cool kids are cool, and then like that kid's not as cool, so he's not a part of that little group. Or on like the internet, for example, like YouTubers that are like doing well are probably not going to collab just straight off with like someone who's just getting started, because they have nothing to sort of add there, so they kind of work with each other. And then you keep taking it up levels where it's like billionaires and millionaires are, millionaires are working together, billionaires, and like all these people, all the control in the world at the very top, they probably all know each other, because like, they own these industries, and that person owns that industry, and that person owns that business. And it's almost as if like we would be really naive to think that that's not happening at the highest level of like, and I'm not calling it Illuminati, I'm not calling it this, but it's people who have all the power and control. And it'd be stupid to think that there wasn't sort of like, you do this and I'll do this, and we'll make sure that we keep this going, so we keep filling our pockets. Like that's like kind of human nature.
Yeah.
So to think that that's not happening is a little stupid and naive.
Yeah.
And so then all these things, like, if we talk about flat earth and if someone's believing it or not, or all these different things are like, you know, NASA, if it's not real or this or that, or COVID, and the pharmaceutical industry, they're all money machines.
It's all about money. It's all about
So
money.
it's that's why I get so interested in these things. Like, not that I'm like, oh, this is 100% truth.
Exactly.
Like, I haven't seen it, and I can't walk up there and go, oh yeah, look, I'm here.
Right.
But I definitely know from the bottom looking up toward, and just humans and human nature, it's like we'd be naive to think if like these things weren't a possibility.
Right. Exactly. So think about the alien situation right now.
Yeah.
You think about 10 years ago, or even less, 5 years ago, if you even talk about aliens, well, I've seen the UFO, I've seen aliens.
Like you're crazy.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
And what's going on now?
It's like, and it's like even they're like even saying, yeah, no, we 100% have encountered this.
Right.
Like they're saying it. But then it just makes me go like, what the? Because like I typically am not a big believer in the government, and it really started for me during COVID at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I was dealing with that, you know, keep my gym open during COVID.
Yeah, I
and,
remember hearing about that.
and I was just kind of like, every time they would tell me their reasons, I was like, this doesn't even make sense. You're not making this make sense.
It's a test. It was out of control.
So my point is like, that's when I was really like, this really just seems like it's just money control. And it's like just the simple fact that these pharmaceutical companies, $1 trillion industries, are just like collecting billions and billions of tax dollars. And it's a for-profit business that someone's becoming a billionaire, and all these other people becoming multimillionaires, and all these people got their hands in this business is like, and they're like, it's free, but it's not free. We just already paid for it with our taxes that they took from us because we have to. Then I'm just like, and then people, you're told it's free. It was never free. It was your money, and it's for someone and for profit here. It's like if the pharmaceutical companies were all like nonprofit and all that money was just like dispersed back into then I'd be like, all right, maybe I'm kind of believing it. And then when I start asking questions about just like, you know, why is it closed here and closed there? They're like, well, I'm like, why are the airports all open? It's full open, no matter what.
Bro, strip clubs never closed down. I don't know how I know this information.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But during COVID, you didn't know that the sex workers was essential.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about that? I knew that not because I was ever at a strip club. Yeah. Seriously, I know you might have been. I knew that though because I'm in the San Fernando Valley and my business is in the San Fernando Valley, and I knew at the same time because I was asking all these questions and looking into all this because I was trying to figure out how to beat this. Like, because I was in court for like, I went like 9 times to court for months and months and months, paying lawyers, all this. And I'm looking into everything to understand this, and I'm realizing like, not only is that open, porn sets it's okay to be indoors with a bunch of people if you're filming porn because it's considered essential business.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
You in the porn industry?
No, I just knew that. I had people who worked out at my gym who were in the industry, and they would tell me, they're like, yeah, no, we're good. Like, we just got to do this or do that.
You worked out with porn stars?
I have, yeah.
What, female porn stars?
I have, yeah.
Have they ever approached you and tried to get you to do porn with them?
No.
Would you date a porn star?
It's a good question. Like an active porn star? No.
But you would date a retired one?
Yeah. It depends.
It would
depends how much porn they did. You know?
Do it depend on how hot she was? Or how hot she is? Like if she was super hot,
would I accept it more? I don't know. I don't know if that really depends.
I got approached by this porn star that wanted to date me. Right?
Can you say who?
I don't. I'll say who if I can remember her name. Kalele.
Cool. What?
I can say her name if I can remember it. But
when was this?
This was years ago when I was hot and sexy. I was in shape. I was fighting at 205.
You said
Kalele or something?
Khalifa?
No. It's an old porn star. So I met her in Vegas. I was in Dre's after hours.
Okay.
I saw this hot girl. She's like Latina, Asian looking, right?
Should be the Asian. You like Asian?
I like brunettes.
Okay.
So sometimes they're Asian, sometimes they're. I like all girls.
Yeah.
But I really like exotic looking girls. I have a broad, type, right? Different kinds. And I met her in Dre's, and we hung out, dancing and stuff like that. At the end of the night, she gave me a kiss, like a peck. And she gave me her phone number, and I was super drunk at the time, so I never texted her. I forgot I even had her number in my phone. So months went by, and she was in LA, and she texted me. I like, oh shit, what's that? I remember she said, "You live in Cali? You near LA?" I said, "Well, I'm in Orange County." She said, "Come up. I'm here with some friends." And I took my manager with me. At the time, he was my friend. He was a former UFC fighter.
Yeah.
And he came with me, and we went up there. It was 2 girls. We hanging out, chilling. Then he was like, "Man, I know that girl from somewhere." And I was like, "For real?" And if he know a girl, I don't fuck with him because this guy got bodies. I was like, girls love this dude. I was like, you know my friend? She was like, no, I don't know him. I don't know him. Then I was like, he said, are you like a model or something? Are you a stripper or something? He said, I seen you somewhere. She said, no, I'm not a model. I'm not a stripper. Then she said, you really don't know who I am? I was like, no, I have no idea who you are. She said, all this time, you know what I'm saying, we've been texting, you don't know. I said, I have no idea. And she said, oh, I'm a porn star. I was like, oh, I don't porn stars.
Couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it. And but she
Like
was
you
hot.
couldn't even.
No, I couldn't even porn star.
Okay.
And she was hot as so. She was so hot, and she was cool. I liked her personality and stuff like that. So honestly, I was thinking about it, and so I was just having a conversation with her. I said, and she wanted to, like, she said, I like you, you cool, you know, I want to get to know you better. But we were just this is like our second time hanging out. We'd never done anything or nothing like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, so what's in it for me if I date a porn star? Like, you another dude and stuff like that. She said, I only work like 3 times a month. I'm like,
Oh.
yeah. Then I was like, so you like girls, right? You do girls? I said, yeah. I said, so what, can we have threesomes sometimes? She said, no.
What the fuck?
I was like, I can go smash other chicks while you work? She said, no. You I'm like,
Wow, that's weird.
So I was like, no, it's a deal breaker for me. And I never seen it. But
Wait, so she wanted to date you kind of, but she wanted to be able to keep working, but you couldn't do anything else.
I couldn't do anything.
That's weird.
That's weird, right?
That's super like opposite. Like
That's super
reverse.
opposite because I've had friends who dated girls that was bisexual, but she could smash another chick, but he couldn't even join in, and he couldn't even go in and
what? That's a deal.
That's a deal, right?
What
Come on, so that's what I like. That's what I was like looking at. I seen my friends that have relationships like that. I was like, man, that's not ideal for me. Like, what the?
Yeah.
So yeah, I couldn't do it. But hearing you could date you calling me a cuck because my ex-wife wouldn't take my last name, but you'll date a girl that went through a whole bunch of
Well, that's what I'm saying. You said how much. I said how much.
Well,
Depends what how much.
And could you have watched her old
No.
porn and still been attracted to her?
No.
If I seen my girl smash somebody else, if I seen that, I'm not attracted no more.
Like I'm done.
If like I say I come across one of her sex videos or something like that, because girls be having it.
Well, now because this whole the thing we were talking about, the OnlyFans.
Yeah, I couldn't.
So many girls.
I don't even think I can date an OnlyFans girl. If I seen something that's hot enough, like I'm a dude. I try to smash, but would I
take them serious?
I take it serious.
Yeah. Do you think so? Okay. So obviously there's different levels to that, right? Because some girls do OnlyFans that they just sell, you know, maybe some like
dildos and stuff.
Nah, because like some do porn, and then some do like self porn dildos, and then some do like look at my cleavage in a thing, or some do implied nudity, or you know, some just show their butt. So there's like different levels to it. You could never take a girl serious like that ever.
No, I don't think so, because think about this. Think about if you getting a girl, and we're guys. We have emotion. I say we because when men and women date, men truly love the woman, and women love men conditionally, right? But men, we truly love that woman. Our love is true. So I'm dating this girl, and I really love this girl.
I love this take.
It's true though, and
we'll talk about it.
And I love this girl, right? And I fall for her, and we want to go to the next level, move in, and all my friends looking at my girl's butthole. They know what my girl butthole look like. You know what I'm saying? You know how.
But what if she didn't sell butthole stuff? What if she just sold like bikini pictures?
Oh, but that's kind of different, because at the end of the day, we don't want no girl that nobody else want to look at. But I don't want to potentially risk falling in love with this girl and marrying this girl that all my friends have seen her butthole and her play with her.
It's
with
less
dildos
special.
And shit. Yeah, it's like I just want to see that for myself. I don't want my friends to know what your butthole look like.
Yeah.
Come on, you want all your friends to know what your wife?
No.
So
no.
So that's
especially not someone you marrying.
Yeah.
By the way, the porn star thing, you said date. All right, guys, quick interruption for the podcast. Factor Meals. If you guys are looking to get your meals delivered straight to your door, take the guesswork out of figuring out what you're going to eat versus not eat, what you should or shouldn't be eating. You guys can pick from specific types of meal plans. They'll have it all sent to your door. You guys don't have to figure anything out. Just eat the food. If you're really serious about your goals, you're really serious about getting in better shape this year, then I promise you, taking the guesswork out of what you should or shouldn't be eating is fucking essential, okay? Factor Meals is an easy way to do this, a delicious way to do this. Like, you will never go wrong. I mean, I'm going to tell you straight up, I probably spend way too much money anytime I go out to eat, or I order food, or I'm like trying to figure out what I want, spend a bunch of time. This makes it really simple, really seamless, easy for you guys to get closer to that goal instead of like trying to keep saying, oh, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Take the guesswork out, spend less money essentially, and streamline your goals, okay? So if you guys want to get it today. factormeals.com/rawtalk50. Put in code rawtalk50, get 50% off right now. Let's get back into this podcast.
Yeah, date, but I'm 45. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna date forever. Or you're gonna date to possibly, find that one. I want to find that one day, because right now, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking for the one. This is the type of mind I got. When you remember when I married a Japanese girl?
Yeah.
Because I was a single parent. So what I did was, don't judge me, but I dated 5 girls at one time to see which one I was going to marry. I was ready to be a husband so I can get a mama to help me take care of my son, because I was fighting in Japan overseas.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be mama and daddy 100% of the time. So, what I'm saying, I was like, look, I need some help. And instead of like hiring a nanny and stuff like that,
You picked the one that was most suited, that did the best job.
I dated 5 girls, and I picked and then as soon as she didn't checklist, boom, I broke up with her, and it got down to the last 2. This one Hawaiian girl, she was really good, but she was like kind of negative. But the girl could sing just like Alicia Keys, and I loved it. And I almost chose her, but my son met.
It was like the Ultimate Wife Championship. It was like,
yeah,
you were like, that's sick.
Yeah, and I chose the Japanese girl because she was just.
You didn't have them fight just to see who was stronger, like who would be better?
That would have been a good idea.
That would.
The Japanese girl probably would have won because she was a little bit bigger, and she took judo. She said she took judo in high school.
Damn.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the guy. You said, what did you say earlier that got me? You said something about the guy girl thing is different.
Oh, yeah. You didn't know that?
No, I know it's different.
Well, yeah.
You said it specifically. You were like,
yeah, guys, like, our love is true. When we love a woman, it's true love.
So why do you think that women isn't true love? You think it's just conditional?
I think that I feel like we're all habits of like our genetic makeup, our DNA, and our instincts.
Yeah,
that's why I truly believe in myself. I believe that it's nothing that we make the decision for ourselves. I think it's in us. So I feel like dating back to like Stone Age and stuff like that. A man got his wife and kids and stuff, but he go out hunting, and he's the way that the wife and kids eat, because the provider. Man, he's a provider. He goes out and hunt. Say he goes out and hunt a saber-toothed tiger, and tiger kills his ass.
She's finding some other dude. Damn.
So she can survive.
So like innately in the DNA, that's how it is. I think that's literally undeniable.
Yeah.
It's a fact. That's a fact.
I think that's a fact.
And I think women are actually, that's exactly what they do.
Yeah, so I don't fault women for being this way.
Right.
So women, like most women, don't date down. No, we're not talking about all women. I'm talking about the majority. Most women would not date down. So a woman has to, most women like a man that's stronger than them, taller than them, bigger than them, make more money than them. And so a lot of times they'll get with a guy and he's what they're looking for. But then, especially if they're beautiful and they can pull a lot, they'll see, oh, damn, this guy better. But by this time, this guy invested, he loves this woman and everything, but she sees another guy, she gets on by another guy that's got more money than this guy and stuff like that. And so she's like, I got a better option over here.
Yeah.
So she might love this first guy, but he's not doing.
So that's where you think that the habit comes from, like, or that innate.
No, I think that the habit comes from, like I said, like our ancestors, where a woman has to she has to move on if the husband get killed in battle or he gets killed hunting, or she won't survive. She got to still provide for her offspring. She don't know how to hunt. It wasn't not her job to go.
So now it's like that concept mixed with the fact that like social media has made all these things more accessible.
Because we still have that. Because as humans, they still have that
innate
trait. So she's gonna. So even back in the day, think about it. A woman, she would probably choose the better hunter, the guy who gets the food more often than, because every time they hunt, they ain't catching.
Yeah.
So what girl's gonna go with this guy who probably brings something back once every 2 weeks versus this guy who bringing back a big ass carcass like once a day, once every 2 days.
Yeah.
So which guy gets the most girls back then? So I think
it's so undeniable.
Yeah.
And then the internet's just made it way worse.
Yeah. It's all we're a creature of DNA and instinct. I think that's what make us, and that's what makes us like who we are as humans. I think that it's all passed down. Like scientists still don't understand our DNA. I was just talking about this earlier. Scientists still don't understand. So we don't understand why we do a whole lot. And me, I have this weird mind where something that interests me, I have to look into it. And that's one of the things that I looked into because I stumbled across this by accident because my ex-wife one day she told me my blood type.
You said this. You were talking about the blood type on the pod. So
yeah.
what? So
she told me, and it's like, what the?
So you believe your blood type dictates what?
Your personality. That's what Japanese people believe. That's what she believed.
Yeah.
Now I don't.
Do you think
know
it's accurate?
From the studies that she showed me, and from what I researched and looked up, I feel like it's just as accurate or more accurate than how women believe in horoscopes.
Yeah, you're not a horoscope guy. You don't believe in
no,
that shit.
I'm not. I'm not a horoscope guy. I just know my sign. I don't know what sign any other person is.
Yeah,
I'm not into that. And even with the blood types, I just know about my blood type. I don't know about a whole lot about everybody else's blood type because I'm not interested in. I just wanted to learn more about myself.
Yeah, I guess.
That's why I say I'm a descendant of Genghis Khan.
Yeah, I know you did.
I look just like him.
Do you?
Yeah, Genghis Khan.
Same skin color and everything.
Yeah, if I had the long mustache thing.
Oh, yeah, you do look just like that.
Yeah.
Well, they said 1 in 9 or like 1 in 10 people are.
Yeah,
in the world.
Yeah, if you blood type B, you probably a descendant of Genghis Khan.
Damn.
He probably went to Africa and black folks.
For sure. Took over.
He took some over.
Yeah.
You never know, man.
No, for sure. You're
dude.
You're funny, man. You should do some stand up.
I don't know
certain
man.
bits.
You think I can do it? What? Hey, if I go and I do some stand up and I fail, then
you can blame me.
Yeah, I'm blaming me and you.
We can street fight.
Yep, we got to go in the cage with a referee.
Bro, let's do it.
We got to do 3 rounds. You want to do 5-minute rounds or 3-minute rounds? 3-minute rounds?
Yeah.
What you want to do? Kickboxing, boxing, or MMA?
MMA.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So if I
That's
fail,
what we should do.
Yeah.
Do that. Do it.
I don't have the balls though.
Come on, do it. And then we can set that up.
So how do I go about?
I don't know. Brendan should have an idea, right? You know a bunch of comedians.
I do. I met this one comedian in Arizona. He said he was going to write some for me, but he never did.
I mean, you probably would write some, talk to some people like that, and be like, "What do you think?" And you probably get some pointers, and then they could probably kind of coach you. Because I mean, I don't think all these comedians are just no one helps them at all. Some people got to get help, right?
Yeah, I'm really cool with Russell Peters.
Yeah. You think he's gonna help you?
He's a good friend. He's a good guy. I would ask him.
You know, it'd be funny if they just set you up to fail.
Yeah, that's what
That would be funny.
That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about they just
like as it's a joke for them. They're like, watch this.
You know, that's what I'm worried about. So it's just one of those things. Like some people, I feel like I'm good. I like entertaining people, so I'm good at fighting and making people cheer and making people laugh after my fights and stuff like that. And even though I don't get paid for telling jokes, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Would you do any more fighting?
Yeah, I'm trying to do a boxing match now.
With who?
With this boxer named Shannon Briggs.
I saw an old video of him, like some old, like I think it was like a weird promo video for a fight that never happened.
Yeah, he's been looking for this shit have been in the works for 2 years. So we getting closer and closer. So I got some promoters that want to sign me to do that to fight him, but I'm an MMA guy, so I don't know how boxing promotion work. And then Shannon hit me up with these other people that want to do something in the Middle East as well. But I guess
they got that money out there.
Yeah.
How would that work? You think you'd do well in boxing?
I think I'd do okay if I box older people because I haven't fought in 4 years, and so I don't know how my body would work. I think when I sparred one time in Vietnam, I sparred this kid named Eric. I forgot his last name. He was a heavyweight boxing champion, an Asian guy, heavyweight.
Current.
Well, he retired after.
He retired. Okay.
He just do other stuff, but he said it wasn't enough heavyweights for him to fight in Asia. And I sparred him, and that motherfucker was good as. But I was like, how slow was it? He was like, yeah, he was pretty slow. So he was young. He's like in his early 30s, late 20s. Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe I should go against guys like closer to my
guys
age.
older. Yeah, makes sense.
Just I would just want to do fun fights and entertain people because I've done everything else. I've done all my other martial arts. I know I've had wrestling matches, I've had jiu-jitsu matches, and I've had Muay Thai or kickboxing matches, but I just never had a boxing match. That's the last art that I know that I haven't had to
tried.
Yeah. So I want.
Dude, that would be dope. I'd love to watch that.
Yeah, I'm pretty. This year, 2024, I have to because I'm gonna be 46. The fighters we have a short time, so yeah. I want to do it before I get too old.
Do you think genetically some people just have longer than others though?
Genetically and the way they take care of their body. Like my one of my friends, he's like my brother, Czech Congo. If I'm 45, so he got to be like at least 47.
Yeah.
And he's like always shredded, always ripped. And I don't think he slowed down yet. And he trains hard, but he just got a lot of injuries from fighting. So I think that if he didn't have all these injuries, I really want to take him to Colombia to my friends at Bioaccelerator. I really want to take him there to get stem cells. Then I think he can fight for. I like to research stuff, and I think.
Have you ever got stem cells?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It works wonders. But I think if Congo can, I think if he gets stem cells and he stays on top of it, gets a yearly, I think he can probably fight 10 more years because he's just a genetic.
At what age?
He's
he's older than you.
He's older than me, and
in late 50s.
No. I think he can fight to his late 50s.
To like
because his genetic makeup. Congo is such a genetic specimen. I have this other friend that she was a boxer and she was a model. She was a boxer and she's all natural and she's just really strong. Yeah, I'm weird like that. I wanted to make
them to have kids.
I wanted them to have kids. And I was gonna take the baby and put them in fighting because I never met a girl that's this strong. She don't got muscles and stuff like that. But she just sometimes, we used to spar together and stuff like that. And she's a good athlete. And she started boxing late. And then she just playing around. And she just grabbed me and wrestled with me. And I'm not strong lifting weights, but I'm strong.
Yeah, I get you.
And it was like I was struggling. I couldn't even let her know how bad I was struggling. I was like,
how heavy was she?
She's not heavy at all. She's like a model, bro. But she's tall. She's like probably like 5'10".
So a little taller, but she felt strong to you.
She felt strong. I could tell that it's her strong ligaments because I've wrestled people before in college, like these little bitty wrestlers, and strong. And my MMA coach, Antonio McKee, you gotta look him up. This mother is like he used to fight at probably like 145, 150. He's stronger than me. I guarantee he's stronger than you.
No,
I guarantee.
No way,
brother. I bet money. I would call him up. Let's go to his gym, and I want to see you wrestle with him. I bet. Bring your people. I guarantee.
How much you weigh?
How much I weigh?
How much does he weigh?
Right now, he's older. He's retired. He's probably like. He wouldn't be over 160.
Damn, I'm 260, bro.
I bet you he's stronger than you.
No.
I guarantee you money. Not in lifting weights. I'm talking about wrestling around and stuff like that. I guarantee you, because he just weighed his genetics. He got strong ligaments and everything. I've seen people like this before.
What if I had strong ligaments like that?
Well, you might have strong ligaments, but I haven't never wrestled against you, so I don't know.
But he's good at wrestling?
Yeah, he's good at wrestling.
I'll come do it.
Can you film it? I want to see it. I can ask him if it's okay.
I'll come do it.
Because you ain't gonna want to post it.
Okay. Because I'll still do it.
This guy I'm talking about, Czech Congo. Have you heard? Have you seen him?
Yes.
He the one that got the
this is not who you're talking about. You're talking about.
I'm not talking about him.
Yeah.
So I've seen them two wrestle. That we train together. And Czech Congo is one of the strongest people I know in fighting. And the little guy I'm talking about, my coach Antonio McKee,
he's just
outstrengthed him. He outstrengthed.
Well, it's just because he's better technique.
Strong, brother. Strong. Like I wrestle with him myself, and I'm not that technical, so I rely on my strength, and I can't do with him. Just his grip alone. He'll grab your wrist.
I want to do it.
Yeah,
I want to come wrestle with you too. Man.
Yeah, come on.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And then you got to come lift, like train with me.
I'll come lift with you, but I suck at lifting weights. I'm just not good at it, but I'll come do it with you.
Yeah. So with this, I have to go to Orange County for this?
Yeah, his gym is in near Cerritos area. I'll call him up and see, but I don't know if he's still training because he's older now. Like he's probably 50 now.
I'll go easy on him.
All right, but I guarantee you at 50 he's still
Damn.
stronger than you.
So yeah. So anyway, so back to kind of like the original question. There's just people who are just genetic freaks to this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So for you then, where at what point was it like? Did it feel when you were training? You're like you started slowing down. Like what age?
Oh man, I think
because obviously Pride, you was.
Bro, I was in my 20s. I was in my 20s in Pride, and people. I was so strong in Pride. People did think I was on steroids, but the people that took steroids, they could look at my body back then. They could tell I wasn't on steroids.
Right.
But I didn't even lift weights back then.
You were just fighting,
genetically strong.
Yeah.
But I think it also had to do with I've been doing construction since I was 5 years old because my family owned construction companies back home in Memphis.
Yeah.
So I remember as a little kid, I'm picking up boulders and logs.
Oh, that makes sense.
And doing stuff, but I was my brothers and stuff. They've been doing the same. They didn't look at this, bro.
What is those?
It's all natural. I think they're 19s.
No.
Yeah.
Actually, might be.
What is yours?
Probably bigger than that. That's for sure. You want to see?
Yeah, that's bigger than mine.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's all good. But like I said,
I know.
My arms always look like this.
No,
even before I lift weights.
You look great.
And I lift weights now.
Yeah, you look great for
Yeah.
sure. Definitely not dog.
Yeah, when I'm not on vacation, since I'm coming back, I lift weights every day. Well, like 6 days a week.
But do you hit legs though?
No, I skip leg day every day.
Why, dude? That's gonna make you the strongest. The hip strength.
Man, I got bad knees.
Yeah, I got great knees.
Yeah, I got bad knees.
That's weird.
Yeah, I need to go back to get more stem cells. I just haven't had time to go there.
Yeah.
But
So how many times have you got that done?
I've only done it once, and it worked. It worked wonders. But then I was told that since I'm like an athlete and I have all these injuries, I should keep going back.
Keep going.
So next time,
Where did you go?
I went to Columbia.
Columbia. Okay.
Look up. If you ever think about it, look up Bio Accelerator. They're the best, bro.
Bio Accelerator in Columbia. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back.
I'll check it out.
Then when I go back and get my knees right, I'll come do legs with you one day. But you can't. But I don't want to be sore. You can't go heavy on the first time.
Damn.
I know that trick. I can't.
Yeah, I know that trick.
But I know the trick. But my legs aren't strong because I've seen Chet Congo do legs, and he's a big muscle guy, but he's small. My legs are big, but his legs are skinny. And I tried to lift what I said, I can do that. I couldn't even pick it up.
Damn.
Yeah, my legs are just not strong for lifting weights. I'm not strong at lifting weights.
Yeah.
I'm not strong at lifting weights, but I bet you if we wrestle, I can pick you up and slam you, like throw you around. But you can outlift me in weights. I don't think that if we wrestle, I don't think you can outstrength me.
God, I really want to try it. Yeah. I'm excited.
But I haven't wrestled in a long time, so I'm an old man, so I just had to put that out there.
Yeah, in case I fuck you.
Have you ever wrestled though? In high school?
I've done not in high school, but I've done enough training jujitsu. I've done enough training judo. I've done enough where I'm aware of what's happening.
Oh, okay.
Where it might be a problem for you.
You will get up there. You ain't never wrestled in high school.
It's gonna be high school is the determinant
That's
of if
the
you can wrestle.
determinant. That's the determinant.
Do you think if you wrestle in high school, you're just all of a sudden?
I think if you did good in high school, you wrestled in high school, you went through all that training and stuff like that. I think that if you stayed with it for a little bit, you could always know how to wrestle.
Just because now,
All right.
bro. I can't
right.
wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be on.
Oh God!
You get slammed by an old man, you're gonna be all embarrassed.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
No, you're not old, bro.
45. That's old for my sport.
For fighting, yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
for
it's
fighting.
fighting.
Yeah, but it's young though, huh?
Yeah.
I'm still young. I don't think I'm ever gonna grow up, bro.
Yeah, I don't think I will either.
No.
The thing you said about playing video games and it's hilarious.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
like exactly how I feel about my life.
Yeah, it's fun. It keeps me stress free. You know, it keeps I can be in my own little world and online. Like people don't know who I am.
Yeah.
So you just like whatever. I just be myself.
What else do you do to like calm yourself or to like chill out?
Damn, that's a good question.
You meditate and shit?
Hell nah, my brain don't stop. I can't meditate. I don't know, man. I don't do a whole lot. I play poker. I like poker.
I love it.
You know, I like going to Vietnamese coffee shops. That calms me down and stuff. I love Vietnamese.
I love it. You say things that are funny to me, but it's extremely true.
It's extremely true. What's funny about going to a Vietnamese coffee shop?
Just you saying that and me picturing you going to a Vietnamese coffee shop is just hilarious. In my mind, it's funny.
What do you think?
I just picture you in like these like little chairs, and then like the little Asian lady comes and serves you, and you like sit down. It's like a little tiny thing, and then everyone's looking at you like, "What the f is this guy doing here?" That's what I picture.
Well, that's probably when I first started going there that people look. But now,
they're like, "Oh, he's back."
They used to me. But what kind of coffee shop do you think it is when I say Vietnamese coffee shop? Do you think it's just a place where sophisticated people go and have tea and coffee?
No, just like a bunch of Vietnamese people are like chilling, like I don't know, buying boba and shit. That's what I'm picturing.
You never been to a Vietnamese coffee shop?
No, not specifically. I love Vietnamese food though, like
yeah.
pho and stuff like that.
Yeah. So Vietnamese coffee shop is a coffee shop where, for me, I feel like I'm walking into Vietnam. You can smoke cigarettes. People smoking cigarettes in there.
What?
Yeah, and girls are serving you all different type of drinks, coffee and stuff, naked or half naked.
Where's that at? It's in Cali?
Yeah, Orange County and San Jose, the only two places that I know to have it.
Huh. You're a regular there, huh?
Hell yeah. That's my office. I have meetings there and everything.
God.
This is low overhead. You just pay $5 for a damn coffee.
Damn, I need to come. I gotta come wrestle you and we'll go to a coffee shop.
Bro,
together.
it's a different experience. And the girls are cool, they're nice.
Well, how are they half naked? What are they wearing?
They wearing
like an anime outfit?
No, thongs and bikinis.
Whoa, what?
And sometimes they walk around butt naked.
No, you're lying. You're lying. That's a lie. I'm not. Stop. That's not. You're funny. You're good. Straight face. It's good. You're doing good. They're not walking around naked, dude.
They are.
That's not happening.
Exactly.
That might be in your mind. You're like picturing that happening.
I see.
But that's
I see cooter and tutors.
No.
Real talk.
You're lying.
I'm telling the truth, bro.
No.
I'm telling the truth.
No, actually, no.
No cap.
Shut the up.
On all my kids.
They're naked? What are you
Sometimes.
talking about? What the is this?
It's a coffee shop.
That doesn't sound like a coffee shop. It sounds like a strip
it's
club where they serve coffee.
It's not a strip club, but some thoughts there do give lap dances. But I don't
Bro, you're in a strip club ordering coffee, dude.
It's not a strip club.
Stop it.
It's not a strip
It's
club.
a Vietnamese coffee.
It's a coffee
strip
shop.
club.
It's a coffee shop. It'd be like
Now I'm like, you have meetings in strip clubs? I'm like, what? I don't know what to
if
think.
the right people, I was like, I'll come meet me at the coffee shop. But they don't walk around naked all the time. But certain times they make sure there ain't
Just
no
when
police.
the song turns on.
No, it's just make sure there ain't no police in there, no undercover police and stuff like that. And they walk.
Stop.
I'm serious.
What's the name of this place?
I'm not going to do that because police might be white.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm going to do it. But it's coffee
Is
shop.
this real off camera? I'm gonna ask you about this.
Yeah, it's real talk. But it's in Orange County. It's hundreds of coffee shops, and only some of them do naked stuff or topless.
You're being sincere.
I'm being sincere, but
Wow,
most of them do.
that's crazy.
Most of them do topless and naked. Yeah, there's a couple of them.
What the?
Yeah, but I don't go there for that.
Right.
I go there for the coffee. It's the best coffee.
Yeah, the best coffee.
I'm serious. Vietnamese coffee is really good.
No,
man.
it is good.
I ordered a Sadai with hazelnut.
You're funny. You know what I like about you?
What?
You're super straightforward.
Yeah.
That's the best.
I keep it
man.
real, brother.
Yeah. So you're good on podcasts because you just you just say it.
But don't everybody
No.
keep it.
No, bro.
Now teach me about. I don't watch podcasts, so
No,
teach
no.
me about this.
I mean, a lot of people like it. Just the internet vibe in general. People say a lot of what people like think they want them to say, or like you could tell you have conversations with people sometimes where they'll like go around things because they don't want to specifically answer the thing like head to head.
Oh yeah, if I don't want to answer something, I just
Yeah, you told me that. You were like, yeah, if I'm not gonna answer, I'm just gonna tell you, hey, I'm not gonna answer.
yeah, I slick change the subject. But you know what? For years, people was asking me to do a podcast. I'm like, well, I don't want to do a podcast. Everybody doing a podcast. I didn't want to do a podcast because Joe Rogan, he hit.
Yeah, he's the GOAT.
And then I did a podcast with my sponsor Jackson. They said, come on, let's just do an MMA podcast. I'm like, fuck, okay, I'll do it. And then blowing up right away. And people say like, oh, man, you should have been doing this years ago. And I was like, I just didn't want to do it because I felt like too many people are doing it. You don't think it is oversaturated?
Yeah, but too many people are doing it, but like not everyone's good. You're actually good at it, for sure.
Yeah, my problem is though that I haven't been watching a lot of MMA. And so we get a few fighters on there, the newer fighters, even though they've been fighting for a while, I don't know who they are, and I feel kind of bad because I don't know them. And so we sitting there interviewing them, and we talking to them, and I'm like, I have no idea.
Yeah, you just got to spend a little time and do some research prior.
That's what my problem is. I'm lazy. I don't want to do no research.
Just video games, man.
I just want to play video games, bro. I'm writing a book right now,
coffee.
and I got to proofread this, and the guys hit me up, and I feel bad because I was supposed to read it on an airplane and stuff like that.
You on that bitch?
I'm here. I'm sitting at home playing video games, and I'm supposed to be reading this because I don't know how to write the book.
Yeah.
So I'm doing an interview with him, telling so I can write my autobiography, and I can't even do that. I need to put the video games down.
Yeah.
And read this that he wrote because the guy's a great writer, but I want the book to read like in my voice.
I understand. Yeah.
And he's too smart saying big words, and I can't even pronounce all these goddamn words. So ain't nobody gonna read this book and think
it's you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're funny, man.
What's this logo? I see it on your hand and on your shirt.
This is my brand. It's Rawgear.
What is it?
Yeah, Rawgear. It's a clothing company.
Rawgear.
Rawgear. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what's over that word raw? Okay, I'm seeing it now.
Yeah. It's everywhere.
So tell me about that. What's Rawgear?
So originally I had started out selling clothing, and it was just kind of what I liked, right? It was just like things that I wore. Everything I'm wearing is that. And when I rebranded it to involve more people like influencers within the industry, I had to think really deeply about why I was transitioning to this and what this meant to me, right? When I was selling my original stuff, it was being figure again. It was just me selling stuff I liked. The people who were buying it, when I would see them at expos, because I would show up to expos and I have these big lines and I take all these photos, and people would tell me, yo, I watched this video you talking about your father, because my father passed away when I was young, and I would share all these experiences in my life, and I was looking back and reflecting on that and being like, the reason why all these people were buying my at the time before I had transitioned it to Rawgear was because I was being raw. I was being vulnerable. I was being genuine. I was just telling the truth. I was saying, this is what I experienced. This is what I learned from it. This is who I am. And people were taking that. And then it would come to me wearing all my, like, oh, they're supporting me because I'm just telling the truth. And they're getting this sort of value out of it that, like, I wasn't trying to, like, create value. I was just saying, this is what I think. This is what I feel. This is where I've been. And then those were always the people who were buying my stuff. So when I transitioned it to rebrand it, because I wanted to get more people involved in the company, I had to think of a name that I thought sounded cool, that was representative of what I was doing, and it was representative of, like, why I was being supported in the first place. And then this logo came about because I had a really well-known designer's name is Jason Maiden, one of the goats of, like, the design industry, worked with, like, Jordan, did all his shoes and did a ton of stuff. And he asked me, like, well, what are, like, some of the things that are important to you in your life?
And you thought it was going raw.
Well, yeah, I mean, yes. But also I had to think of, what did this represent to me? Like, what did it mean to me? Like, being vulnerable, being raw, being genuine. And then this logo here, right? You see the 4 diamonds?
Yeah.
I like the shape. I like the way it looked. I thought it looked cool. And each one represents something that's significant to me. And I'll tell you what they are. So obviously, and this is about personal development. Okay. So I thought in personal development, you had to do something every day or within your life where you're focused on your mind, where you're trying to challenge yourself, whether it's like learning or reading a book or trying to expand your sort of thought on something, right? And then your body, when you're picking a physical task, like whether you want to be better at bodybuilding or fighting or jujitsu or whatever it is, right? And then the other 2 are a little more abstract and a little more personal to me. The other one is your soul. And your soul, to me, and tapping in with that, is like trying to connect to the thing that is kind of, how do I explain it? A little more like personal in your purpose. And, like, you know how you go throughout your life and you find out, okay, this is really important to me and this is my purpose and this is where I feel good. And then it kind of evolves and it kind of changes with what you're doing. But I think that's something, if you tap in with yourself on that, then you're allowing yourself to really find success because you're doing things that are really true to you in your heart. In your, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then your soul is in relationship to everything else.
Yeah.
Like, how am I, like, showing up in life, and how am I tapping in with other people in my life, and am I creating, like, strong bonds? And so all those things are important essentially in personal development. So I put that into this logo.
Oh, that's
deep. Yeah, and then relationship to everything else is, you know, being raw, being vulnerable, being genuine, because in order to have any sort of success in relationship or business or life, you have to be able to do that. And that's what I was saying I liked about you, is that you obviously you have tons of success for tons of different reasons, but at least in the podcast thing, when I'm just talking to you about this, you'll continue to have success because you're just raw. Like, you're just, this is me.
Yeah.
When you say, like, yo, I always keep it 100.
Yeah.
Like, that's the epitome of that.
Yeah.
So it's just making, I just wanted something that sounded cool and then had meaning to it. It wasn't just like, yo, buy my
Well, that's deep. I think the only reason why I feel like I'm a true Memphian.
Memphian?
Yeah, I'm
Like
from Memphis. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee.
They call them Memphians?
Yeah, I think that's what we're called. And my culture, I could be wrong. It's just the way I was raised. I was raised by this family that lived across the street from us. And, like, this one guy, I don't want to say his name because we fell out years later, but he kind of took me on his wing, and he kind of, like, taught me, like, how the streets work and stuff like that. And so and the way I learned how to not be like somebody. So I learned how to not be like him, because he's like a wannabe pimp, and he was like a drug dealer, and taught me how to sell drugs at a young age and stuff like that, because he was really smart. He put the drugs on me and the guns and stuff on me, so when the police come, they wouldn't like search me and stuff like that. Yeah. And so he was really smart like that. So I saw how he was. He was real and stuff like that, but he was kind of shaded in a certain way. So Memphians, we supposed to keep it real, and even though everybody in Memphis don't do it, but I feel like a true Memphian, we supposed to be a certain way. You're supposed to keep it real. You know, we have swag, and we like the type of guy, like, you're not supposed to be a player hater. You're not supposed to, like, say Memphis. Say if I got a girl and she's like kind of like my girl, like my girlfriend, and you liked her. You hit on her right in front of me. I'm not supposed to say nothing. If I say, in Memphis culture, if I say something, I'm player hating, and it's my girl.
Whoa.
So she got to tell you.
She got to be like, yeah, I'm taking.
Yeah, I'm taking. She got to tell you. And if she don't tell you, then it's between me and her. It's not like it's not on me and you. And like, but if she tells you like, look, I'm not interested, and you keep talking, then I say like, look, she already chose. You know what I'm saying? She chose me. So going about your business. And that's a true Memphian. And that's how I am. One of the main things that shows, like, you can't see all the other parts of me. You can see that I keep it real, and I just seen so many shaded people and so many people that's faking and stuff, and I just can't stand that. So I just choose just to keep it real. I try my best not to lie about stuff, because I feel like if you lie, you got to remember to lie.
Yeah.
And my memory is the worst. Like I forgot all about today. Like when you text, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I was already on my way doing something else. You texted me at the right time.
Yeah.
She did.
Jessica did. She's
God.
great.
Oh, that's her phone number I got?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, stop.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fucking.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Oh, my God. You're dumb as. No, she's great, dude.
No, I can tell. She got a nice little accent. Where's she from?
Oh, my God.
You don't even know.
No, she's from Detroit.
No.
Chicago. Chicago.
That's a Chicago accent? No
Yeah,
way.
she's from Chicago.
I thought that was from another country. Yeah, see, I know there was no Chicago accent. But anyway, what I was saying about your colon, that's deep. But you know, a simple mind would think that you were talking about raw, like going raw, and I was going to ask you about the raw part, like so,
do I use a condom?
If you like, no, that ain't none of my business.
Okay.
If you use a condom, but what I want to know though is, you go back to you dating a porn star. Huh. Would you go raw into the porn star?
No, I couldn't. I mean,
So but you date. You said you were dating.
Well, if she got tested, we're all good. Yeah.
So I just want to say, we talking about hot assistants. I used to have a pretty hot assistant. I did, and she was my friend. She was I used to own a gym, and she was teaching yoga at my gym, and we become friends. Okay. And over the years, we got closer, and she would help me out sometimes. She became my assistant when she needed like help with stuff, and she like, oh, let me help you out, because my scheduling and my memory is bad. So she helped me out a lot with that. Yeah. And her father passed away, unfortunately, and I become more like her father figure. But I feel like I failed her, because I didn't want to tell her what to do, but she was like asking me for advice and stuff like that. But long story short, times really got really hard for her, and me helping her out with a sense, it wasn't enough for what she needed. She needed more money, so she started doing OnlyFans. And I was like, look, your father's not going to like that. You don't need to do this. It's going to be hard for you to get married. I tried to tell all the father advice, like, because I knew her dad. Her dad was a cool guy and stuff like that. And I tried to be like a father figure, tell all this stuff. And then doing OnlyFans, she started doing porn.
Oh, shit.
And she told me that she had herpes. She told me she had herpes years before. I've been knowing this for years, that she had herpes, because I was close with her. Yeah. She told me everything. Like my friends tell me, I would never say her name. Yeah. But only if some of my close friends watch, they're going to know. But, whatever. She's not my friend, but, she know I keep it real. I'm not going to say her name, but then I said, how you going to do porn and you got herpes? And she was like, oh, that's the only one they don't care about in porn. Like almost all porn stars got herpes.
What? Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's coming. She said she just can't work when she have an outbreak.
Oh. So you're trying to give me that advice. You give me that fatherly advice.
Yeah, I'm giving that fatherly advice.
Make different choices.
Yes, yeah, make different choices. The guys out there, man, stay away from the damn porn stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, the porn stars. Man, I had a few times, I almost fell weak. One time a porn star in Japan got at me. I was fighting in Japan, and while I was fighting, bro, front row, I saw the most beautiful Japanese girl I've seen in my life at that time.
Sitting front row at your fight.
Sitting front row in my fight. And I was fighting, kicking this dude's ass. And I looked, I'm like, God damn.
No! Shut the fuck up.
Real talk.
No.
Real talk. Real talk, bro. I never forget the way she looked, bro. She had like a real beautiful face, and she had like the makeup, coming from the inside her eyes and stuff like that. And I never seen a girl wear makeup like that. She had like real boobs. I mean, big boobs. I think they look real, right? And you don't really see that often in Japan. This is like 20 years ago, almost. And you don't really see that. And I'm like, God damn. And then I beat the dude's ass up. Now I'm backstage. In Pride, they have like parties right after the fight. Yeah. And they have after parties. As soon as like the fight's still going on. And as soon as your fight over, if you're not the main event, you back there eating and drinking beer and stuff like that, hanging out. And the fans that bought the front row tickets, the VIP fans, they can come back there and kick it with the fighters. So she's with some older dude. And I thought it was a boyfriend. I didn't think none of it. And she came back there in the back in the after party. And she was talking and she spoke a little English, just a little bit. I was like, damn, you hot. I did my first thing I learned in Japanese. The do you like? And she said, hi, ski. She said, yeah, I like it. And so I'm talking to her. I get a phone number like that. I didn't know nothing about it. And then my friend, one of my best friends at the time, he's Taiwanese, but he's American. He watched a lot of porn. This motherfucker this guy was weird. He even knew male porn stars' name. He knew everybody.
Yeah.
And he came
was well versed.
He knew everything. He came up to me and he know me. He know I don't like porn stars. He said, bro, you know this? She a porn star? I said, shut the fuck. No way. He said, bro, she a porn star. I didn't believe him at first. I thought he was just hating on me because I'm trying to get a number from this chick. Then, sure enough, I'm drinking, I look around, and this fighter, Gary Goodrich, I don't know if you know him. He's like real popular in Japan. Right? He's got her titties out playing with her titties in front of everybody. I'm like, oh man, I just got this damn girl phone number, and this other dude playing with her motherfucking titties in front of everybody. I was like, what the fuck? And then
you said, fuck it.
I said, fuck it. No, he showed me a video. He said, you want? I said, man, I was finna fall weak because that was the hottest Japanese girl.
So you almost said,
and then because I had already had a number and dude playing with titties, but I was like, man, after my fights, I'm all testosterone up. I didn't have no girlfriend and stuff at the time, so I wanted to smash. After my fights, I like to smash.
Yeah, I guess
and he showed me a video of her doing.
You're just like, no, I can't.
No, bro, it's the grossest video I've ever seen. Like she smashed a bunch of dudes and they all came in her hand and she was slurping and shit. I was like,
what?
Yeah, I was like, nah.
Oh, that's like, yeah.
And then she called me and because I stood up, ghosted her.
Wait, that's like a weird porn though. That's like a lot.
Japanese got some weird porn. She did some weird shit. And I guess it was at the end. He just showed me that clip because he was saving me because he know I don't like porn stars. He showed me the worst clip he can actually show me to tell me because I almost felt weak. When he told me it's a porn star, I was still like, yeah, I'm still going to do it.
But
I got condoms.
But if you see that clip though,
no, I was like, no, because they like to kiss and shit. I ain't with all that shit.
Yeah,
and I'm a germ freak. I knew she was gonna want to kiss and all this shit like that. And I ain't finna be slurping on other dudes' kids. Hell no. She had multiple kids in her hands slurping them, dog.
Different flavors.
Different flavors. Then she called me that night. She's all mad, like, because I was supposed to meet up with her.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you a porn.
Did you ever tell her why?
When she got mad and angry with me, I said, no, you do porn. I didn't know you do porn. I saw you slurping on.
Oh, you said that shit?
I told her that shit. Yeah.
Damn.
And she hung up the phone. I never heard from her again. I deleted that fucking number.
Smart.
So be careful with them porn. I allegedly, most porn stars, they don't care about herpes. They have herpes.
I'm avoiding them then.
Yeah. Don't be no porn star.
No, we're
Man,
done.
you can get are you famous? You rich? You get any girl you want, bro. You high value. You don't gotta stoop your level for.
I appreciate that
for porn stars. What's up? Why you never dated your assistant? What's up?
What? She's a great assistant.
You don't want to mess that up.
I would never want to mess. She's phenomenal. I mean, she's like, I've had assistants in the past that are just not good. She's really good.
Bro, you smart too, because most guys they don't. I don't my assistants either like that.
No, they're stupid.
They're stupid because they know too much and oh my god, you just don't want to cross.
No, once you find someone good, bro, it's like I've had so many bad situations where.
But how did you find it? Did you like hit on her first and then because she's very beautiful, she's stunning. Like
damn, you're like really risen her right
now.
now.
No, I'm not risen. I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I know, but she's there. She's right there,
bro. I keep it real with. That's how I do it.
No, I
what do you want me to say? Where you find her? She's ugly.
No. She's amazing. So no, it was just a job listing. She just found a job listing, but it was like interesting how it all kind of worked out.
Yeah, I thought that because you big time and like you met her out and say, hey, blah blah blah, and then she kind of like.
No, I put a job because I'm big time. I put a job listing. I was like, let's someone else figure that out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm learning how to do it. That's the most professional way to do things.
Yeah. Because then you also like if it doesn't work out, it's less like I thought maybe you would have got me somehow regardless type thing versus like someone else is kind of doing the listing for you. Then there's that degree of separation. It's always kind of easier.
Do you have if you want to fire your employee? Do you have someone else fire or you do it yourself?
Yeah.
You don't fire people.
Someone else fires someone.
You never got mad enough at an old assistant and say, "Look, you fired. Get the fuck out of here."
I had someone else fire him.
Who? You got another employee that fired?
I had another employee that did other kind of like operational stuff that would fire the person.
So who would fire that employee if they?
I would. In that case, I'd probably had someone coming in already that was going to be the replacement.
And you have that person. You have a problem with actually firing people?
No, it's just why do that?
I'm just saying like.
No, if I had to do it, I'd be like, you're done.
Yeah.
But I think you know why? I know why I did this because in this industry, having that degree of separation is great because a lot of times people feel like entitled or they feel like some sort of way. And then if it's like directly from you, maybe they feel a little bit more like attacked or like not appreciate it. So then
in their mind, they're like, next thing you know, they want to get on the internet and be like, this person is not good guy. And it's like, it's because you just do a good job. But like, go ahead with that. So I think having that degree of separation allows you like a buffer.
Yeah, that makes sense. I have a hard time like firing people in the past and stuff as well. If I had people working for me and stuff,
my bigger issue in the past was like letting situations go on for longer that I knew I should have been like, yo, we need to replace you or you need to be out of here sooner.
Bro, I had
and
a
then I would
manager
lose
like that,
so much money.
Bro, I had a manager like that, and every time I got close to firing this motherfucker, he was like, son, pull on my heart. Hey, son, this, that, you know, I mean well. This, it just pull on your heartstrings, bro. I hate that. Went on for too long and end up, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It could be really detrimental.
Yeah.
It's tough. And it's tough because like it's you build these relationships with people, but ultimately it's like, it's still money based. Like it's like, if you're not doing the things, then it's affecting you and me ultimately.
I got a new saying now. When I got to fire someone, like, look, I stand on business. I like that saying.
I like that. Who made that popular?
I don't know who made that. You know what? I go back. You hear it in like a rap song. It's just very famous.
Drake said it recently, but it was being said before that.
Yeah, it was being said for a while. You know, it takes slang a while to catch on sometimes.
Yeah,
just like that term eating the groceries. That shit popular and just ran with it.
Oh, you talking about like eating a girl out?
No, that's not what that means.
Oh, eating the groceries?
You don't know what that means?
What's eating the groceries? What does that mean?
Oh, your assistant knows what that means.
What does it mean?
You don't know what that means?
Go ahead.
Well, we're going to change the subject. You don't know what eating the groceries means.
Go ahead. Tell me what it means.
It's like eating a girl's ass.
Oh, I said eating a girl out.
You said eating a girl. What?
But you mean...
Where eating ass, so there's a song. It was a song that came out, and the girl, she was hot as she could rap and sing her ass out. And she said, like, another dude can't come close to me or something unless he eat the booty like groceries.
Oh, that's Jenna Eco, I think.
I can't remember that yet. But then that song, that slang caught on right after that song. After that song went popular, that's saying that everybody used to say tossing salad until she sang that. Now everybody's saying eating the groceries.
I see.
So I can't believe you didn't know what that meant.
I feel like I should have known. I feel like music normally is like dictating those sort of trends.
That's what it's slang.
But now it's like a lot of social media people are creating like Kai Cenat's. What did he say? I think Stand on Business. He definitely said that a lot.
Oh yeah.
There's a few things people say that just catch us on, and then everyone says
that kid's pop. Have you ever had him on your show?
I did the Full Send podcast with him on it. So I did interview him.
That kid's famous as yeah.
Streaming is just, you know, at that top level is insane.
Let me be ignorant here. I streamed on Twitch a long time. I started streaming on Twitch years ago, and one of my buddies got me into it. That I played video games with. He told me to start streaming because I like to laugh and joke around. I've been streaming on the Connect. I started streaming on Connect, and I streamed for a little bit, but it never went off. It never took off. It never got popular. Please forgive me. I'm gonna be ignorant. I thought like, oh, I just don't think a lot of black people stream and black people don't support streamers. Like they don't want to, because it's free to watch, but to sub and where you can make money and donations, you just don't see, you know what I'm saying, a lot of black people supporting.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. It's fun. I got people to play video games with now, so I'm not alone playing video games. I got a crew of people I can play video games with. Yeah. And then I said, oh, black people probably never make it, because all the top streamers I saw when I started paying attention, it was all others in there. Yeah. Because people support other people, but it's just, you know, from my experience, most black people don't support anybody that is going to cost them money.
Even within their own community?
Yeah. If it's gonna directly cost them money, even $4 a month, I doesn't feel like a lot of black people. Because I can say that because I don't up to nobody, and I'm black. You know what I'm saying? I saw up to like some of my friends, but it was like I didn't really want to, you know, because I did it because they subbed. You know,
why do you think that is?
I don't know, man. We weird like that. I don't know, man. So I just felt like, oh damn, when I heard this guy, a black guy, he's the #1 streamer.
Yeah.
Like, this motherfucker
crazy, man. He beat he passed the record of the most subs ever, I think.
Killing it. Killing it. I seen he had like who had like Cardi B or somebody on there?
He's had all of them. I don't know, Cardi B. Nicki Minaj.
Oh yeah, Nicki Minaj. Yeah,
he's had everyone on.
He had Spider-Man's girlfriend on there.
Yeah, he's
whatever her name is.
Oh no, that was fake.
She was on there though,
but that wasn't actually her.
No, that was that girl. I know she looked like Zendaya. That wasn't her.
That was a lookalike.
Shut.
Where, bro?
She looked just
you got
like
duped. damn, he got your ass.
Well, I saw it on a TikTok.
Right, yeah.
So I assumed
That was fake.
that was fake.
Yeah, yeah. But like he's had tons of. I mean, he's like,
I seen like some of the Migos on there.
yeah, he's had everyone, all the music. Because like also that's kind of like transition. And I think Aiden Ross was one of the first people doing this.
Yeah.
But it's like the new platform for artists to almost like promote their music. It's
Oh
a
yeah.
stream.
Yeah, that's smart.
And so he's the guy right now, and like really the guy right now.
Oh, so that's smart. That's smart. Have you met Aiden Ross?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
he
I did
cool?
an interview with him too. Yeah, he's really cool.
He's really cool.
Yeah,
I've seen.
he's
some of
funny,
his-
man.
He's funny.
Yeah, he just don't give.
He don't give.
Yeah,
I seen some of his stuff. I see it on the clips on TikTok.
What are the streamers you see? So obviously Kai, Aiden,
and that little nerdy kid.
Neon,
Oh yeah. Him.
Indian,
I think he's
Indian
funny.
kid.
Yeah, is he
Yeah,
Indian? Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming. He's coming Saturday to the grand opening.
Oh, okay.
Or this will be past when we post this, but
Okay, yeah.
last Saturday he'll be there. You can come if you want. It's a Saturday.
What is the grand?
It's the 1 year anniversary, not grand opening. It's the 1 year anniversary for my gym's been open for a year.
Yeah.
But the gym's been open for 8 years, but this is the 1 year in the new location.
Where is that?
It's in here. It's in it's not DeSoto. That's the old gym. It's on Ventura Boulevard in Encino.
Can I bring my coach, the one you think's on steroids?
100%.
And you can look at him in person and
I'd love to
and
see
vet
him.
see if he's on.
Yeah,
You can ask him questions and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. I'd love that. It's gonna be a lot of people there. It'll be fun.
All right.
Have you seen Steve will do it?
Steve-O?
Steve will do it. The guy I filmed video with. Tons of videos with him.
Oh, I've probably seen him.
You probably seen him.
Yeah,
He'll be there going live.
I got to see his
Neon-
face. I'm
Yeah,
sure
I think
I've seen him.
Neon will be live too. It'll be crazy.
All right, I come through. I ain't gonna lift no weights though.
That's fine. We got a mat section on the left.
Oh, okay, I kick your ass.
Yeah.
Dude.
It was a pleasure having you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming up here and spending the time and
no
because I
problem.
know it was like a 2 hour
No,
drive.
actually, bro, it wasn't that bad. It's gonna be worse going back because of traffic, but honestly, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be 2 hours. but
So just so everyone knows too, where all can they find you? You're on every platform. You got the podcast with Bear.
yeah.
Bear's a good friend of mine too, by the
Bear's
way.
a good friend of yours?
Yes, sir.
Bear's the shit, man.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't worried about people finding me, man. They want to find me, they find me. My social medias are for true Rampage fans. I don't.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck, man.
I respect it.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
It's what up. It's whatever.
Right on. Well, listen, every Tuesday, 11. I appreciate the love, guys. Thank you for coming, man. I think you should, keep doing the podcast. And
Oh, yeah.
if at one point have your own, even I don't even know, bro. You crush it.
Maybe
It's better, honestly. Like I'm not gonna lie, because I have another podcast with a friend of mine, Sarah, and different dynamic. It is probably oftentimes better with more than one person.
Oh, for real?
Because like otherwise you always rely on a guest because
Yeah, because what if they like dry?
Yeah, that happens, and you make it something better.
And
but-
sometimes I'll offend people because I like to joke, and if the joke is there, even if it's on them or me, I make fun of myself. And I make fun of them, and some people can't take it. But you
got to kind of read the room. I just mean not even so much that part of it, just like literally like scheduling can get crazy. You know what I'm saying?
that too. I had an old MMA fighter on my podcast yesterday. His name is Karo Parisian, the Heat. He's the first Armenian fighter in the UFC. And he was like the first fighter to bring judo, right?
Yeah.
He's like a real serious dude, but he's funny. He got a good personality, right? And I've been knowing him for years, and I'm always been joking around with him and stuff. And he brought up his sister. He talked about his sister. I'm like, oh, you got a sister? How she look? And bro, he got mad. I thought we about to fight. So yeah, I got to read the room sometimes.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I said, bro, I had to calm it down. He said, man, why are you talking about my sister? She's married, man. What the f*** is my sister out of this? And I look in his eyes. I think
he was serious.
He was serious. He wanted to fight because honestly, he's a smarter guy than me. But when we trained together back in the day, he would get the best of me with cause he's really good.
He was
at,
about it.
yeah, with the judo and stuff like that. Like the hands, oh yeah, we just do straight hands. He couldn't fuck with me, but we wrestling around stuff like that. He's tough. He would get the best of me. So he still remembers that because, like I said,
He's like mother.
he's like, you remember I used to whoop your ass? I'm like, oh yeah, and wrestling, like not in a fight, but you can't back down, right? So
Yeah.
so we almost, it was like for I'm like, I had to remind him, like, look, bro, we friends, bro. I never changed. Then he said, well, I want to say nothing about you, so I would never try to. So I'm like, you wouldn't want to sister. My sister's fat as.
Is that on the internet somewhere?
We just did it yesterday. It's not
Oh,
out
I
yet.
gotta see that.
Yeah, we just
Yeah,
it's-
you didn't cut that out.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think I don't think they're gonna edit it out.
Yeah, don't cut that
No,
out.
no. Yeah, but thank you, man.
Well, yeah, and one more. You just got me thinking about the fighting thing real quick. What do you think about Conor McGregor's return? He's gonna come back and fight Chandler.
Chandler and MMA.
Mike
I
Chandler.
thought he was trying to fight like Pacquiao, but I heard Pacquiao was fighting Floyd Mayweather.
But apparently he's coming back at
to
like
fight Chandler.
180 something.
I'm a fan of Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor has turned this sport over, and I met him in Saudi Arabia, and I didn't want to bother him, and he was like a genuine, straight up guy. Even though I've been around before him, I'm a fan of his. That's the impact that he has on our sport.
Huge, yeah.
A huge impact. And I would love to see Conor McGregor come back and entertain us and stuff like that. But he has coming off an injury, a real bad injury. He's coming back. He haven't had a fight since then. So what I know about the psyche of fighting is 95% mental, and you got to have a really strong mind to come back off an injury and a long layoff to fight somebody like Chandler.
Yeah.
You understand? So what the UFC don't believe in, but what's is very important is warm-up fights. So if I'm a fan of somebody, I'm gonna keep it real. I think Conor McGregor should come back and do a warm-up fight with somebody that's a lesser opponent, just to get your mind back right, and then fight Chandler or somebody.
So tough for him because he's such a massive draw that it's like, who's he supposed to fight?
Yeah, but
as a warm up, because because it's also, I understand your point, but it's also his first fight back, so there's so much attention. It's like, how could it be someone who's not kind of,
bro? It's ego in play, because he ain't gonna wanna. If the UFC offer him somebody, he ain't gonna want to say no, I don't want to fight him, because then it's out there he turned down the fight.
Yeah, I feel like he'd fight anyone.
Right, he'll fight anyone, and it's ego, and it's also the dedication and heart that you have. We believe in ourselves. But me being as experienced as I am in this sport, and what I know about sports in general, that really it is 95% mental. Everything is. Our mind is the most strongest thing in this world. If you don't believe that, that's your own problem. I believe that, and he's gonna need a warm-up fight. So if he don't have to do a warm-up fight in the UFC, really, if he knows what I'm talking about, he can pay a guy to come to the mother gym, like a good guy. He got enough money. That motherfucker worth hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
He can pay a guy $40,000 or $50,000, $200,000. He can pay a $1 million that's going to make him more money to come to the gym,
get real work,
and do a real fight. And he need that. You're going to need a warm-up fight. It's for your psyche. But the UFC don't believe in it. Like when I used to fight in Pride, and I come back off an injury or something like that, I told him I'll come back, but give me a warm-up fight. And they'll do it. Because in Japan, it was different. It's for entertainment. So they didn't care if you won or lost. Even the fans, they didn't care if you won or lost. The promotion, it was not in your contract. If you lose 2 fights or more, they can kick you in. The UFC, you lose 2 fights, they have the option of kicking you out.
Damn.
Well, back in the day, I don't know what the contracts look like now.
Right.
But in Pride, they didn't give a right? So as long as you fought hard, you fought with, excitement, and you really tried to fight, it wasn't a boring fight, they loved you. So I had warm-up fights, and they work well for me.
But you don't think Conor's done something kind of like that though? Like
I don't know. I don't know much about his training and stuff like that. But I think a lot of people they don't think like that. They don't have little hidden warm-up fights, because especially if you don't want to do it in the UFC. I understand. I did mine in front of everybody.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
he has enough resources, enough
to just
money
do it and then come fight.
Yeah, he knows he's going to fight Chandler in 6 months.
Hopefully, he watches, listen to this, and just does it.
Right. Have you had him on yet?
No, I'd love to. That guy blocked me on Instagram.
Why? You say something bad to him?
Never.
It's like that, bro. I got blocked by Khabib, and I never even knew him. I'm blocked by Khabib.
What the?
I never even knew him. I met him in Japan recently, not this last trip, but the trip before, and I was kind of salty. He said, "Was I was up? I wasn't cool because motherfucker me." But I think that I'm probably a little bit too spicy, and he's very religious. That's why I can do it. Or maybe his management, maybe he don't run his own page.
Yeah,
maybe
I was thinking that too.
Maybe whoever run their page don't like you, because I don't see Conor McGregor running his own page.
Yeah.
When you get to that level, I don't know. Do you run your own page?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But I'm a social media person, right?
Oh, yeah,
I built my following through the internet. So
how you build your following?
Bro, just being strong and doing cool athletic, and then looking good, I guess, while doing it, and then lifting girls. Because I've done the internet since 2011. So when Instagram first came out, I'm doing it, and I just like a guy with abs who looks good, and then the video comes out, and then I'm jumping out of pools, 4.5 foot pools, and they're like, wow, that's crazy. He looks like this and can do that. And then I'm lifting heavy weights, and oh, he can do all this stuff. And then that transitions to tutorial teaching stuff that I'm doing on YouTube. But then I start doing a lot of wild visual shit, where besides jumping out of pools, I'm lifting weights crazy, pulling my truck, doing crazy lifts, squatted on a hoverboard with 315, done a bunch of weird. That's why I could beat you in a street fight, basically, is what I was going to say, right?
No, I grew up.
Because like people like they see it and they're like, again, I'm not just directly saying that, but I think people think like I'm some big bodybuilder, but like that's not at all what I'm
But you saying you really could fight though.
I believe so, yeah. And I think so based on what you said earlier about that confidence in the mindset, like I just have that regardless. Because I've done that and I've applied that to everything else in my life. I'm not saying that like I could just beat a top level fighter. Like I don't actually believe that.
Right.
But I do believe I could get down for sure.
Do you want to fight before you
I want to, yeah.
So how about you
I've been wanting to fight Logan. I want to fight Logan Paul in MMA.
And MMA? He won't, but I don't think he would fight you because he had too much to lose.
Yeah, that's probably true.
How about you just fight some random guy? Like
well, because then that's the thing. It's like, what am I doing fighting a random guy?
No. It's bro. Why are you thinking about it? It's still a fight.
Yeah,
like you fight a random guy that don't have a whole lot of experience. First, you start. You know what I'm saying it's a warm up fight. You start with that. Don't worry so much about what people say. Don't worry about what people say. You do it for your mind. You start with a random guy that don't have as much experience as all these guys, and then you whether you win or lose, you judge yourself from that because you can even learn from a loss, right?
Of course. And so but I think the problem with it is that because I've made such like the joke, the whole 260 joke, like if I lose, it's like this guy right away, instantly fuck guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but no.
So that's why I'm trying to get like, and I think it's a bigger draw. I think it's a big draw where it's like because I've made the joke, because I've said the thing, because I'm a bodybuilder, whatever, because I look this way, that it's like people are gonna want to see that fight straight off rip. And if you kind of like fuck it up off rip, then your chances of
what if I ask my coach? He has like what 1 million some followers. What if I ask him because you think he on the shit? What if I ask him, do you want?
Because he only what?
Well, you think he on the? He kind of offended. About
yeah.
That's why I'm gonna bring him. He kind of offended about it.
Really?
No, he's not.
No, bring him regardless.
Yeah.
But
what if I set up a fight between you and him?
Well, see, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
he got 1 million followers, but he's not as known as you. But he got 1 million followers. They're real followers.
Yeah, it's
you'll,
tough.
You'll go viral in Iran because he's Iranian. He's Persian.
Yeah, I don't care about like going viral there necessarily.
I thought that's you internet guy. I don't know.
Yeah, no, U.S. though is probably the best audience to go viral with.
Why?
Just because everyone looks to the U.S. for viral content.
But you're getting a lot of more fans in other countries.
Yeah, I get that.
But why you don't want to fight my coach? He's not a fighter. He's a weightlifter like you.
Yeah,
this is a warm up fight.
I'd rather fight Logan Paul.
You want to go right into because Logan Paul suck and you know that.
Is he?
Logan Paul?
Logan? You think he's a sucker?
No, he suck.
He sucks
at fighting.
Well, but he's been training longer, so he's got an upper hand.
But he sucks.
But he's a wrestler. He's a high school wrestler, so he could beat anyone's ass, right? Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, he'll probably kick your ass.
Yeah. So there we go.
He'll probably kick your ass. Get your ass kicked by Logan Paul.
Perfect.
He's a great athlete because he can do pro wrestling and stuff.
Look, I'm not denying that at all. I think he's a great athlete. I'm not talking about any of that.
But you're going to fight him in an MMA fight?
I would do that, yeah.
He's going to kick your ass.
Okay.
So why you don't do a warm-up fight with my coach who can't wrestle?
Why do a warm-up fight if he's going to kick my
because you get that experience. And you get a win under your belt. And then who did
fight you? I just want the bag, too.
Logan Paul, he just won a fight, right?
He just beat Dillon Danis, but Dillon Danis didn't throw a single punch.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You saw it?
I saw that shit. I tweeted right there, I said, I'm never watching a YouTube fight again.
Yeah, no, that was really bad.
That was really bad. I was impressed with Logan Paul.
Yeah.
But I was disappointed in Dillon because he represents MMA.
Yeah. And
I was really disappointed
but
with
he
Dillon.
also talks so much.
And look.
But you got to throw more than 4 punches.
And he was going after the guy's fiance, wife.
He was doing everything, bro.
But that's the first time I ever heard of somebody threaten to sue somebody over a fucking fight. That whole was like, what the f? It blew up the internet for a while.
Yeah, I think he's still dealing with lawsuits right now.
For real? Was that real?
I think Logan was not kidding at all. He's probably going to ruin that guy's life with lawsuits.
But is Logan still going to marry that chick, though?
Yeah, 100%. He stood by it.
He didn't learn something from that? I learned something.
By it.
Hey, I learned something from that.
What'd you learn?
Like Dennis Leonard, he had receipts with the shit he was saying.
No, but apparently it's like some of it is bullshit, some of it is Photoshop, some of it is like she's with people that she's working with. There's a bunch of reasons why. I don't know. I was never there, but I did see a few videos where I was like, why the f she say this? But it's like, I don't know, man.
Well, you married a girl that did post a video that said, "I need some dick."
Okay, that's exactly the video that I'm talking about.
I'm just on no person because I'm learning from you.
Fuck, dude.
How would you feel?
That's a tough one.
Your girl in the past.
But I mean, it's tough because in that circumstance, he's already in love with the girl. You know, it's.
Have you ever been in love before?
Yes. had I seen that video before I got deeper, I might be like, what the f is this, and make this a problem for sure. Because knowing him and his status rather on the internet, like that's going to come somehow, whether Dillon said it or someone found that video. I'd be like, yo, I don't like that, the thought of that, you know, but like, I don't know, maybe he just wasn't keen to think like, whoa, what's here? What could be here? And then it got to the point where like that guy just dug everything up. But that one video, I was like, damn.
But he did for guys like me, he did make Logan Paul look kind of like a simp. I'm sorry. But I respect Logan for the fight. 'Cause I'm a fighter. I respect him for the fight. And before I get out of here, I know we went too long. Who was that guy that Jake Paul just knocked out? Who was that guy? You watch this shit, right?
Yeah, he just uppercut, boom.
Who was that guy?
It was just a boxer.
I never heard of that guy.
Yeah. Well, that's so. I want to ask you that question. Do you think Jake Paul's just picking his fights?
Smartly, he's picking his fights.
Like, do you think they're throwing the fights?
I do have a feeling that some of those fights look like they was thrown. But I'm close friend with Tyron Woodley, and he assured me that
they really fought.
They really fought. That he didn't throw the fight. Because me being a fighter, I was kind of watching him twist the glove and his hand come down. And I straight up asked him about it on my podcast. Straight up asked him about it. And he kept it real. He said no, like there's something. But before I talked to him, I'm gonna keep it real. I felt like that was a signal, and the punch was real. They really knocked him out, but I don't think Tyron knew that the punch was going to knock him out, that he was going to just get hit with a good punch and flop. But then he got hit with a good punch and fell out, because this is what I know. And this is why the people in Japan don't like me, because I keep it real. Some of those fights in Japan was fake in the past. Not with me. A lot of times in MMA, when a Japanese pro wrestler fought a real MMA fighter, some of those fights were fixed, but they still hit each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They knew the outcome.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many fights.
It's almost like him and his brother are both wrestling.
Right, because in Japan, like pro wrestling is like MMA.
Right.
It's not like the pro wrestling here.
I get it.
They have like a style, like it looked like MMA. Because my second fight in Japan, it was on an MMA show, and how they tricked the fans that all the shit is real. They threw a real fight in the middle of a pro wrestling show, and I beat the shit of a pro wrestler. I beat the fuck out this dude.
Yeah.
My second fight in Japan. And so from that fight, if anybody was guessing that this shit was like staged, they was confused for the rest of the fight. They thought all this shit was real. And that's how they do it. That's how they do it in Japan. And Pride, some of those big Japanese stars come from pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And some of those fights were fake. And I figured it out because one time Sakuraba fought this one Korean guy. And Sakuraba knocked him out. And I was like, and I had to fight the Korean guy. I was like, man, Sakuraba knocked him out. I'm going to put this to sleep. I'm going to destroy this guy. And I couldn't knock him out. And Sakuraba, he don't hit hard. He's fucking like pillows. So I figured out like, oh, that was a fucking
Yeah, that's some crazy insight that only you would have, which is, it makes that crazy.
So that's why I thought that some of Jake Paul's fight was fake, but I could be wrong, just me from going by experience.
But then if we go back to the whole conspiracy theory thing we were talking about earlier, all the money that's involved, it only makes sense for it to be, it makes sense. I'm not saying it is, it makes sense because if he loses more, it's like boring and the money's gone.
Well, he lost to that
Tommy Fury.
Yeah, but he came, everybody's still watching, so
I think less people are watching though.
Oh yeah, I heard the numbers wasn't that good.
I think a lot less.
Back to this: if Logan Paul don't fight you, hit me up and fight my coach. But if Logan Paul do fight you, hit me up and I help you train.
Either way, I'll hit you up.
All right.
Okay.
All right, brother.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming.
No, thank
you
you,
crushed that shit.